Hello and welcome everybody to the TRACKILICIOUS Porsche Cup Sunday GT3 and GT3 Championship. I'm Mike Nause in the booth. Hope everyone is having a lovely evening, afternoon, or morning wherever you are in this fine world. We are here at the lovely Spa-Francorchamps in Francorchamps, Belgium. One of a lot of people's favorite tracks out there. We're seeing cars getting out to track for qualifying here. It's going to be a 10-minute quali for this Porsche Cup race, but don't worry everyone, it's going to be more than just one race tonight. We have our P Cup followed up by, of course, the main event, the GT3s, that will be on later tonight. Thank you so much already to Jacob Church for dropping a $10 donation before the stream, and to Doc Milwee for dropping a 4-month sub. The Prime sub as well. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Appreciate your continued support. It's the donations like that allow us possible to get things like a stream deck. So big thank you, of course, for you guys for providing and making this stream better and better every time. So I hope everyone enjoys, of course. Like I say, this is gonna be an exciting one here at Francorchamps, Belgium. We got the Porsche Cup 911 GT, or a Porsche Cup 911 car out on track. I guess that's really what it is. Devin Anthony, of course, your bits are welcome as well. Thank you so much for the 3 bits. Welcome, Devin. We have not the most... Oh, wow. Okay, we've had a load of people join recently. Okay, we got 12 people out there for the Porsche Cup race tonight, so you absolutely love to see that. Now, of course, if you guys do want to check out more of the what we have here to offer, why don't we take a look here? Of course, you can find everything there in chat on the SimGrid, but we can head on over to the calendar really quickly and take a look at what we have up and coming. Of course, we're looking now at our Porsche Cup race here on the 3rd. Up next, Watkins Glen. That's going to be our GT3 and and Porsche Cup race next week. Also, we have the we just had that Max Rain in Britain, a 2020 doubleheader at Silverstone with all the rain all the time. That one is going to be truly exciting. Of course, we also have our Rookie Series. That's on Mondays, followed up by our GT4 Open Patreon Championship. More on that in a second. Also, of course, the GT3 Reverse Grid, everyone's favorite. I think this is turning out to be one of everyone's favorite. I know the Rookie Series hotly contested for that title, but the Reverse Grid has been truly exciting, and I know Eric had the pleasure of commentating the Silverstone race. That was, unfortunately, I was away for that one, but I'm back. We're back, baby. But thank you so much as well to all of the patrons, all the names there on screen. You guys are amazing. As I said, you make what we do here possible, make the stream continuously improve, as well as what we do here just in general, in terms of everything. I mean, sir, the support, what you guys do here is incredible. So thank you so much. As we come back, of course, to the booth momentarily. Before we head down there. So the cars out on track and getting ready to set their laps. We have the first drivers out on track. I think that Lucas Lichten has the pleasure of being the first one. But also Zane Blisket in chat. Welcome. As I said, hope everyone's had a lovely evening, afternoon, or morning, and are ready for some action ahead, because we have, as I said, 2 races. 2 races. There's a 90-minute here today. Actually, I probably should have checked the format of the actual GT3 race. Hello, Eric. Joining me.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
I do have something that I feel absolutely necessary to say, because I'm a stickler for details.
Say it.
I just wanted to clarify to our viewers that your stream deck may have come from money that we've given you for all the volunteer hours that you've done over here and will continue to do, because you support us and we try to support you, but we don't outright go and buy things here and there, let's say, ill-using our donors' money.
Well, it's just making things possible, basically, is all I was saying.
Absolutely. So, I want to be clear about that, is that
I don't think that is necessary, but thank you.
Just, again, being a stickler for details, I want to ensure
we're going to head on
everybody...
into the qualifying now.
Sorry,
I guess we're not. We're in qualifying. We got to go, Eric.
I understand. It's important to ensure that everybody's hard-earned cash goes towards, firstly, all of the things that go to support our server in all the servers and et cetera, and then gets dished out to all the people who volunteer their very valuable time and what they choose to do with their money. Mike being extremely gracious in buying things that helps him do what he does here even better, is their own decision. So just wanted to make that absolutely clear to everybody watching, all the people who support us, that we do our best to make sure that every penny that comes in here is appropriately used and appropriately distributed to the correct places and not misused in any way. Thank you, Mike. Sorry to interrupt. Enjoy the stream,
I'll
everybody.
remember to write that down in multiple paragraphs for next time. Thank you very much,
Absolutely.
Eric. As we have it, though, Lucas Lichten currently now on to third place, the first driver out on track, Brandon Pfeiffer behind, as we have the lovely sound of the buzzing bees running through here, and there's a raid. Did I miss it? Raid? No. It's just Devin Anthony being Devin Anthony. Welcome, Devin Smallblock Anthony, of course. Unfortunately, tonight, no Daniel Versosa. He has a little bit of a, I think he's a little bit more than a little bit of a cold. He's doing all right, I assure you that, but he will be back next week, hopefully. Well wishes there to Dan. Brandon Pfeiffer, though, currently dominating the time charts. A 2:22.5. Luckily, let's see if he can improve that by another 3/10. He's on an invalid lap this time around. Spa-Francorchamps, challenging track to really set a valid lap. It's extremely difficult in terms of just the amount of corners that are here. Of course, Spa, a 4.3-mile circuit founded back in 1921. Of course, the layout that we use nowadays, not even close. They used to use trees for barriers back in the days, so not quite the same anymore. But 19 corners, 9 to the right, 10 to the left, with 103 meters of elevation, most of that coming down up the Eau Rouge Radion complex and the uphill Kemmel Straight as well. It's a very deceiving track. If you go there in real life, you can really see. I'd love to go someday. I know it's just what I've heard. It's all hearsay. But the Kemmel Straight, of course, just over a half of a mile, 0.6 of a mile, 1 kilometer, and into the extremely tense Lecombe chicane that we're going to see some hot battling, I would imagine, in lap 1, especially in the ladder race in the Porsche, or in the GT3 race. We're going to see a lot of drivers out there all fending for the same piece of tarmac, so definitely look forward to that. As of now, we are watching Will Stewart here. What does he have as he comes to the line? It's an invalid lap, so he's going to have to try again. Christian Tanario in P4 with a lovely livery, the real-life inspired livery. I'm not sure, at this point, I don't know if it's an Intercontinental. I don't know. Is this the actual real-life livery? I think it might be, but I don't know. Yeah, I think it is. Maybe not. I don't know. I feel like this doesn't... It's a lovely livery. I don't know, but it's... I know it was made once in real life and ever since has been inspired on. We have Andy Oak in chat. Welcome, Andy. It's been a while since I've seen you around. Supporting Ronaldo Jr. tonight. Love to see it. Romaldo Jr. in P6 as it stands. Coming to the line now on an invalid lap, but gonna start another one. 1 lap left here in terms of qualifying for these drivers. We're seeing just about 2.5 minute lap times. Pretty much one of the longest out in ACC. Maybe even the longest. Also, Vadik Stitsiev joining us tonight. In terms of our championship battles, we've actually a very, very tight top of the field for the Porsche Cups. Andre Alex Afonso leading it currently. He is sitting in P10 without a time on the board, though. And there's quite a few drivers, in fact, that have yet, I didn't even realize that they have struggling to keep it between the mayo and the mustard here. But nonetheless, in terms of the lead of the championship, we have Andre Alex Afonso at 70 points, and just behind him is going to be Hubert Pastuska in P2 for 64 points, and Brandon Pfeiffer in third with 59 points. So Brandon Pfeiffer looking really strong here at Spa, and I do not see the likes as well of Hubert on track. So hopefully he gets to us here very soon, but that's going to be a championship battle that is going to come to an end, hopefully, or going to come to an end at that point, maybe, but definitely a shame. Only half the grid have valid laps. Yes, Sean Hawley, this is very interesting as we have George Elmer. He is going to set a valid lap, comes to the line in for P4. We have Jan Stam coming through the middle sector now, not quite to the line just yet. Up next, Jan Rodrix is on an invalid lap. Romaldo Jr., he is valid in Sector 3 right now. Andre Alex Afonso, one to keep an eye on as well, our current championship leader. Where is he going to land? The number 999 Intercontinental Racing Porsche Cup comes through the bus stop chicane. And to the line we go. And it's going to be P2. Not quite enough to best Brandon Pfeiffer. Brandon with a very strong time, just about into the 21s. Not quite able to get there, though. We have Romaldo Jr. What does he have in store? He's going to be the next one to the line. He has already set a valid lap, but he is currently 3 seconds off of the pace. As he comes to the line here, what is it going to be? It's going to be a nice one-position improvement there. Gains himself up behind Christian Tenerio in P6. Finding himself a lovely spot for P7 for the Brazilian. Up next, Vadik Sitsiev, no time on the board just yet. What's it going to, or excuse me, Jacob Church is going to be able to set a time. It's going to be in P10 for him. Vadik up to P4. Nicely done there for Sitsiev in the Sitsiev Autosports. And then last of the line, Stefania Blaskovic, unfortunately not able to set a line or set a time. And Jan Stam is going to come in P10, just beating out Jacob Church. So the drivers did manage to keep a valid lap there, at least, most of them. But unfortunately, it's a tough track. Very hard to keep it between, as I said, the mayo and the mustard. Trademark John Wright for that one. But as we have it here, why don't we get in and meet our drivers? Well, we got plenty of time to meet our drivers. We only have 13 of them on the field tonight, so why don't we explain the format a little bit of what we're about to see. Of course, this Porsche Cup Championship, extremely fun. It's going to be 35 minutes on the clock ahead of us with one mandatory pit stop. Now, the drivers are required to take fuel only, and it's a fixed fueling time of 25 seconds. So if they would like tires, it's an additional an additional 5 seconds, meaning they have to be 30 seconds stationary total. I don't think we're going to see drivers take tires here tonight. It's going to be 35 minutes of a sprint. I think that additional 5 will come in handy for track position more so than it would the time you're going to gain, but you never know. These cars, no traction control. I'm sure that's the first of many times I'll be mentioning that tonight. But nonetheless, why don't we get in here now and meet our drivers as we have starting in P1, it is, of course, Brandon Pfeiffer, the number 22 Porsche Cup car. It's a jam-packed Porsche Cup grid tonight. Andre Alex Afonso in P2, the number 999 Portuguese Intercontinental Racing, with Will Stewart behind in third. Vadik Sitsiev, fourth quickest in the Sitsiev Autosports, number 73, with Lucas Lichten behind in P5. At number 977, going to be looking for a win here tonight, or at least a podium. George Elmer in P6, the Simnut Racing, number 23, in a lovely livery as well. Old livery, back in the days, of course, with Christian Tannerio Company in P7. The number 7 car, is it fate? Some may say. Romaldo Jr., 8th quickest for the Brazilian R2A2 driver, and with Jan Rodricks behind in 9th. Now, Jan Stam in P10, rounding out our top 10 for the number 100 Dutch driver, and Jacob Church behind in P11. Behind that, of course, Rally Dutchy joining us in the Street Animals. Lovely livery as well for the Porsche Cup car, with Stefania Blaskovic, the Polish-American driver, last but not least, of course, in P13 for number 53. We have 13 drivers on the grid. Some say that's a lucky number. We'll see if that has fate here tonight for the Eau Rouge Raidillon complex. Now, of course, the drivers not going to be going through that turn 1. In fact, why don't we take a little look at it real quick, of course, as this is where the normal... Oh, wait, where are we? Oh, we're down here already. Yeah, of course, turn 1 way back there. We're going to be starting way down here. We can also take a look at some of these liveries here tonight while we have a little bit of time. And see all of the work, a lot of the work that these drivers have put in. I gotta say, it's so cool to see. You can already see as well the elevation change that we have. The plummet down to the bottom of the hill where the drivers are going to be bottoming out and then climbing the Eau Rouge Raidillon complex. They're going to be pulling away now for their 4.3 mile outlap. I've timed the song terribly. This is a shambles of a stream already. But you can hear the buzzing bees get underway as they come through the Eau Rouge Raidillon complex and up the hill. Brandon Pfeiffer leading the way for this next 4.3 miles. Tire heat going to be absolutely crucial, of course, on this outlap. Able to get enough temperature into those tires to keep your car on this, keep it on the tarmac, as well as keep it stopped. There's no braking zone, really, though, into the first corner. The driver is going to have to be, well, very, very generous with each other at the very least. As they come up onto this Eau Rouge Raidillon complex, I think that generosity may be lost a little bit, and heading into Les Combes. Elbows and gloves will be off. Also, John Hawley on a 7-stream watch streak. All right. Good job, John. Yeah, I don't know what that is either, but it's sweet. That's awesome. Thank you so much. 7 streams in a row. That's dedication right there, John. I don't even know how Twitch... I mean, I guess I can keep... But fair enough. That's awesome. Devin Anthony, One Bigley, Darren Thomas, Snoopy in chat. Welcome, everybody. Got plenty and plenty of action ahead of us tonight. Not to mention, of course, the intermission. Don't go anywhere for that either. We have Stream Racer, of course. We'll be getting the chat involved with racing and see who the quickest chat member is. Now that I think about it, I don't think I updated the board. Hashtag bad streamer, but nonetheless, actually I think I did. Maybe I did. We'll find out. I think I did. Now is not the time for that, though. So you can see the weaving. That is going to be key. Getting the heat into those core temperatures. Oh, I'm tripping over my words already. You got to get the heat into the core of the tires. You don't want to just heat the surface up, of course. That's going to... You want maximum distribution. Everything needs to be warm. Your brakes, your tires, your wheel wells. As these cars, no traction control. Super easy to light the rear end up. And typically that involves a pirouette facing the wrong direction when that happens. Brandon Pfeiffer, though, seemingly a dark horse, I will say, has been putting on decent results as of late, but this seems a bit above average, I gotta say. So has Brandon been putting in that practice, putting in the hours? If he has, it's really been showing, and it's paid off. For some reason, the pit wall not connecting. Let's see here. Oh, it was connected, I think. I just am crazy. Okay, the pit wall is connected, if anyone is curious. Up at the top of the stream, exclamation mark pit wall, if you are interested. One last thing, of course, if you guys do want to find any of the races that we put on here, GT3, Monday Rookies, all of that can be found at SimGrid. And a big thank you to our patrons as well that support us here. Link to that is shown, as well as donations in the description. You guys are amazing, and as I say, make what we do here possible and keep thriving to be better and better. The drivers, though, eager to get underway at this point. 35 minutes ahead of them for 4.3 miles to tackle each time around. It's going to be a long climb as well, so buckle in, everybody, because we don't go green here. The driver's already going to be lining up, though, and in form, ready to go. It's going to be a bit of a scurry. You can hear, I just love the sound of these cars. They just sound so, I want to say ridiculous, but it is kind of, it's very good how they sound. They sound like little buzzing bees. Of course, these cars packing some heat with them. A 4.0 liter naturally aspirated flat 6, rocking about 510 brake horsepower. They are quite literally rocket ships. But now as they come around the first corner, 2x2 Noah's Ark formation, I'm Mike Nause in the booth. We have Brandon Pfeiffer on pole position with Andre Alex Afonso, our championship leader, in P2 as we climb down the hill to the total energy board and get ready to go green here. It's going to be a climb, a race up the hill to Eau Rouge and Radion. And now, as we get ready and go green, 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 and it's going to be an immediately smashing start for Andre Alex Afonso. He's going to be challenging Brandon Pfeiffer into the first few corners. They're going to have to settle it early, though, and it looks like Brandon Pfeiffer has lost out massively. Vadik slips by as well. Vadik now in the slipstream of Andre Alex Afonso. Is he going to have a look into Les Combes? The gap is open. The trees are in the way as well. Vadik now looking down the inside. We're 3 wide behind as well. George Elmer going to be ahead of that. Will Stewart and Christian Tederios settling that score, and Vadik isn't able to get the move done. Andre Alex Afonso holds it. You can see side-by-side action behind from Tenorio and George Elmer managing to hold on to it. Everybody no contact so far. We are green, 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 and clean here on lap 1 of Spa-Francorchamps for the Porsche Cups. Vadik hot on the charge, but Lucas Lichten close behind here, not giving him any breathing room whatsoever. Now coming through No Name. About half of the lap has been completed. Brandon Pfeiffer with George Elmer behind, or excuse me, George Elmer with Brandon Pfeiffer pulling away a little bit. And Felipe in chat supporting Lucas Lichten. You'd love to see it. Supporting the German driver who's up fairly late for this one. Brandon Pfeiffer, is going to be trying to take advantage of that, but you see the offensive defense there from Lucas Lichten, and it was a bridge too far. Lucas Lichten puts his nose there, and it gets cut right off, unfortunately. Brandon Pfeiffer, or rather Vadik, he picked his line there. Let's see if we can catch that, as we are going to get a little replay of this. So we're going to see the gap is open. Now, did Vadik turn in? That's going to be the question for the stewards, everybody. That's a tough one, that's for sure. I will say I understand where Lucas was going with that. He was under attack and he wanted to have a send. That was a little bit of a Daniel Ricciardo attempt, but unfortunately it didn't quite work out. Lucas now pushed all the way back to P13, 2.3 seconds behind Raleigh Dutchy, with some ground to make up. Andre Alex Afonso leading our race now with Vadik behind and Brandon Pfeiffer in third. Will Stewart pressuring Christian Tanario for fourth. This is no shortage of action here in the first lap. Are they going to keep that up? I suspect so, for at least a little bit. Are we going to see any early pit stops, some lap one stops here? That's going to be a question. And a hydrate, it's not a bad idea. Oh, and there's an ad break. Oh no, ad break starts in 5 minutes. Never mind, we're good, we're good. There's no ad break, we're chilling. And Felipe, glad you're not a steward. Yes, indeed. Welcome, Wushel, as well. And yeah, let's get that hydrate. It's not a bad idea. As we also have the one and only Rippa. Maybe you'll jump in on some of these races. Got to dust off the wheels and pedals. Absolutely, Ripper. Get on in here. We offer, of course, plenty of races for a load of different days. So, like I say, if you're just getting back into it, of course, the Rookie Series, a good one to take a look at if you're a rookie on SimGrid. But of course, the Thursday reverse grid, excuse me, it's no longer mixed. The Thursday reverse grid for GT3s, that is also going to be a really good one to dip your toe in the water again. Sort of a, it's a competitive series, but it's more of a just for fun competitive series. So, would definitely recommend looking at that. So far, though, everybody having a seemingly easy time. Of course, we saw the one incident with Lucas Lichten there, but no pirouettes just yet, no fancy spins. So that's at least that I've caught. That's always nice to see. A full onboard lap as well from Will Stewart. Yes, absolutely, we will get that. In fact, we'll probably get that this lap. Why not? Or at the end of this lap, I should say, as he is in a nice and heated battle. Romaldo Jr. also behind in P9. I think he's dropped a position down from P8. And Jan Stam up 2 as well. Nicely done from the number 100 driver. He started back in P10. Has made up some ground there. Lucas Lichten battling with Jacob Church. Jacob Church with some energy as well in chat from John Hawley. And unfortunately, the energy not quite enough. Lucas Lichten, well, he's quite quick. But let's get that on board lap. Will Stewart here closing into the bus stop chicane. You can see as he is going to maybe have a look into La Source. Inside line is open if he wants it, but he is a bit far back. No traction control on these cars. There is ABS, so a lunge is possible, but of course you need to have a decent exit out of that corner. Gets nice and close to the wall, Will Stewart, but a big handful of oversteer, unfortunately, is going to result in him heading now down the hill, behind still. In that slipstream, though, it's going to be a massive advantage. Whoa, downshift in the mid-corner. I guess that's just what you do in a Porsche Cup car. I wasn't expecting that. Up into 6th gear again. Chasing down the likes of Tanario. But not quite close enough. Tanario is our biggest gainer here tonight. Tied, actually, as Jan Roderick is up 3 positions now. Oh, a big moment there for Will Stewart. Bit too deep. His best Sum 41 impression there. And now heading towards Rivage. Very conservative line in as he sees his opponent ahead going very deep and losing a good bit of time. Christian Tanario on a very unoptimal line this time around is going to give some hope there to the straight Jedi ninja of Will Stewart here. Tips it in through Puon. He can see the back end, really wanting to step out for the car in front. Christian Tannerio struggling to hold on. And hold on, everybody, as well as Andre Alex Afonso is making a move for the lead. We're side by side. Vadik and Stitsiev trying to gain the lead of this race here, and it looks like he is going to be successful so far, but no, Andre Afonso with the inside line. Can he keep his nose in it? Brandon Pfeiffer also going to be trying to get whatever he can out of this, but Vadik takes the lead of this race. Up 3 positions from where he started. That was a long working overtake through a very tricky corner complex, but he managed to make it work there. Vadik showing his stuff early on here in this Porsche Cup race, looking to walk away. Almost want to catch a replay of that. That was so good. But we're going to keep an eye on the live action here as Brandon Pfeiffer trying to take advantage of Andre Alex Afonso as well. We didn't actually see any early pit stop. Actually, I take that back. Stefania Blaskovic is in this time around. Brandon Pfeiffer in the slipstream has a look to the inside. Is he going to commit? He's not quite in the optimal spot there. You can see it actually is going to take a very poor line as well through the first corner. As a result, fastest lap, though, currently held by Brandon Pfeiffer with a 2:21.7. That's actually faster than any quali lap. So Brandon is showing his pace here tonight, and that is absolutely excellent to say. I think Brandon has been practicing, and it really is showing. And we'll get a little bit more of an onboard lap there for Will Stewart. I cut that one pretty short, so we'll keep, I know it wasn't quite a full onboard lap, so we'll stick with Will as he, oh no, goes way too deep. Maybe we'll, okay, you know what? For the sake of Will, I'm going to take the camera off him. He seemed to be doing much better without the spotlight on. I don't want to be blamed for any commentator curses this time around. Lucas Lichten, hopefully here, going to be making this position up on Jan Stam. The Dutch driver, can he hold on? Jan, very quick driver. So far, though, fastest lap. Actually, he's only a, wait, what? Why doesn't he have a fastest lap? Oh, he hasn't set a valid lap yet. Oof, brutal. Gonna be looking to improve that. Set a nice and valid lap sometime around here. Up at the front, though, once again, Brandon Pfeiffer trying to pressure Andre Alex Afonso into some sort of mistake here. Sticking with him, 26 minutes and 15 seconds left. Still plenty of time to make anything happen. Vadik is sort of walking away with this with a 2:22.4 last time around. It isn't the quickest, though. Brandon Pfeiffer still fastest. He had a 2:22.5, so he was actually a little bit slower last time around. He's on an invalid lap this time as well. All of these drivers are. My goodness, we're going to see some drive-through penalties here tonight, folks. I have no doubt about that, and especially in the GT3 race later as well. More energy being thrown the way of Jacob Church. He's going to need it. He's on the charge for Romaldo Jr. and needs a little bit more pace there to catch up. He's currently 2:27.3 to a 2:26.2. 1 second there off for Jacob Church. But this time around, maybe he can be a little bit better there and catch up. Actually, he's half a second off this lap. He's working it. He's working it. Struggling a little bit early on here. I'm not sure Jacob Church maybe didn't quite get the heat into his tires or get the setup quite correct. As he is struggling a bit more than I would have expected from him. George Elmer up in 6th. Number 23 driver. Hot on the chase. Can he dispatch the dinosaur that is in front of him? He heads into the back chicane now. Senna won 13:54. Thank you very much for the follow. No, John Hawley. I don't know of anything that tracks warnings, unfortunately. I have not found anything that does. Ooh, and I missed it there, but Brandon Pfeiffer did dispatch Andre Alex Afonso. Let's go back and take a look at this one. Maybe I did catch it and I just wasn't looking. Is it just a send and a half through Rivage? Nicely done. And into No Name, he's just far enough ahead to even be before the apex even gets it done. Brandon, a very confident send there. He's going to be closing up onto Vadik, I would imagine, relatively quick. Although Vadik, I say that, 2:21.3 last time around, although it wasn't valid. Belipe giving some energy there to Lucas as well. Lucas, he's going to need the energy. Currently sitting in 8th, 4.5 seconds behind Jan Rodrix. And Jan with a battle with George Elmer soon enough ahead in his cards. But really, it's going to be eyes on Andre Alex Afonso. Can he keep up with Brandon? Because Brandon seems to be on an absolute tear tonight. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. And I'm, like I said earlier, unfortunately alone tonight, but that's all good. Daniel Versosa, a little under the weather, but I assure you he's all right. Oh no, what has happened to Will Stewart? Will Stewart, I think, got on the pedal a little bit too early there out of the bus stop. Thank you, Devin Anthony, for the singular bit. Will Stewart dropping 2 positions, actually currently in a battle with Jan Rodrix. I probably should have waited. You can see just overcooks it into the final corner. Picard deciding that, okay, I'm going to go into the pits as well. Very interesting entrance. Will Stewart was like a elephant on ice right there. That was kind of clumsy looking from Will Stewart, but he managed to regain the control. I think he even had a tag with the wall. These cars just sound so nice. Can pop on board once again with Will. Oh, as he overcooks it again. Will needs to dial it back 1 notch here. He's driving at level 9. He needs to be at like level, maybe 2 notches. He needs to be like level 7 right now, as he has good pace. 2:22.2 or 2:22.5 is his quickest lap, which is on track with the leaders currently. He just needs to hone that pace in and really get it onto the tables consistently. But it's easier said than done, of course, in these cars. No traction control. Very, very much power-heavy cars. They deliver, of course, rear-engined, basically directly powering the wheels. It's got a lot of torque behind these cars. And as a result, typically, in fact, 470 Newton meters of torque. I have that in my notes, in fact, with 510 brake horsepower. So these cars are a bit eager, is a good word. And if you're not very cautious with your right foot, you can end up, well, as we saw with Will Stewart earlier. Rally Dutchy had a bit of a spin as well. Christian Tannerio, he is into the pits for the longest pit lane in ACC. And Steven Tomasi with a face cam fiesta. Yeah, sure, why not? We will hit the button. Where'd the button go? There it is. There we go. Welcome, everybody, once again, with the face cam fiesta. Steven Tomasi, 2 minutes of me. Enjoy. As we have it, though, Jan Rodrix, of course, looking here just about. It's going to be a lot of me looking at the other monitor. You know, I never really thought about that. But, yes, Jan here on the chase, as you can see him for now. Stop go 30 for Christian Tannerio, as well as he has sped into the pit lane. He's going to have to make another trip down pit lane, unfortunately. That is, well, going to add another good 70-something seconds onto his lap, if I'm not mistaken. It's Spa here, actually another 57 seconds it's going to add on to his lap. So really not quite ideal to get a penalty here. It's definitely a case of practice your pit entries, everybody. It's a friendly reminder. I think I said it earlier when I was commenting. I'll say it again. It's remember to practice your pit entries. Any GT3s listening, it's a good tip. It's a good tip. Will Stewart looking fairly strong so far. We also, like I said, Jan Rodrix, Will Stewart here, gaining onto Jan Rodrix, at least through the braking zones, looking a bit more confident, even with that damaged car. Lead feet be warned, says Neo Kabuki. Welcome, Neo, yes, but definitely. Lead feet must be warned here for the Porsche Cups, as they are, well, a bit of a challenge to drive. The Trap-Mac, yes, it is a halo over my head, yes. I also, yes, we'll fix that, hopefully, in between, but Will Stewart here, currently 7 tenths behind Jan Rodrix. looking very good as well, as I said. So, bit of a gap happening on track. We're seeing some drivers come into the pits. I think this is about the time that we're going to start discussing strategy. So far, 65 seconds spent in the pit lane for Stefania Blaskovic, or stationary. That seems a bit... I'm not sure what happened there. Angelic. Thank you. But, yes, Vadik leading the way currently, and Andre Alex Alfonso behind. Oh, my face cam went off. You see, look at that. You gotta love it. All automatic here. Vadik opting to stay out another lap. We're going to pop on board with Vadik here for a second and just listen to this raw audio. Okay. That is such a nice sounding car. We'll end that, the ear... Well, I'll just end it there. These cars just sound so amazing. The ACC is one of those games out there. It models the car engine sounds to the real life as well as I think any game really can. And Vadik, yeah, absolutely. Hello, Dad. Welcome. Vadik, absolutely on it. Crushing it so far, as he has had a very dominant start. He started all the way back in P4, has gained 3 positions with a stonking overtake onto Brandon Pfeiffer, it is to be said. A absolute elbows out battle, but no contact was made through the Stavolos and the, I almost said Ravazzas, we're wrong track here, through the Fangnes, excuse me. No longer in Italy, we're down here, of course, in Francorchamps, Belgium. Lovely 4.3 mile track with 19 corners, 9 to the right, 10 to the left. I think just some of, just an absolute classic track. Of course, 24 Hours of Spa being hosted here every single year. An absolutely amazing event. The Formula One races, well, you know, they're hit or miss depending on if they happen or not here. But I guess same can be said for Imola. Nonetheless, hopefully, of course, we see that this year in the Formula One calendar. Which, by the way, I don't know if anyone has looked. The Formula One calendar this year looks really, really good. We got Suzuka in race 4. That's very odd to me, but I actually really like it. Also, Automatic Rabbit, welcome. He's on a 3-stream streak. Can't quite be up to the caliber, though, of John Hall. He's on a 7-stream streak. I don't know when this stat came in, and I have no idea how to turn it on or off, but that's such an odd one. He's earned 350 channel points, Automatic Rabbit. Welcome. Lucas Lichten into the pits. Decides to come in. Now, did he practice his pit stop? Let's find out. Attacking the line. Looked pretty good. I think he got stopped in time. The stewards will be the judge of that. Well, the in-game stewards. We also have all of our leaders into the pits. Vadik in, Brandon in, George Elmer in. They're going to be serving their 75-second stop. Will Stewart, though, he stays out and takes control of this race for now. Of course, he will need to come into the pits relatively soon. Well, he doesn't need to, actually. He can stay out for the next 15 minutes if he wants, but he does need to come in at some point to serve a mandatory stop. 25 seconds is 25 seconds stationary, 5 additional seconds if you want tires. I think Jan Stam did take tires, interestingly enough. The Dutch driver here, 33 seconds stationary. Rally Dutchy, 34 seconds stationary. So tires, I think, were taken. Stefania Blaskovic there, a little bit deep into the corner. She is back in P12, but has made her pit stop. Currently looking about 9 seconds behind Rally Dutchy. So keeping up. We have Romaldo Jr. in about 11 seconds behind Will Stewart. That is, not sure where they're going to fall out in terms of pit phases. Jacob Church has moved up into the podium spots as well for now. But it's interesting to see our race leaders coming in first. I will say, typically you'd expect them to stay out longest four-track position. Now, do we see tires being taken? That's going to be a big question. Brandon Pfeiffer, no. Vadik, yes. Vadik did take tires. As a result, wait, how's Vadik out of the pits first? He was that far ahead, huh? Man, Vadik, with a stellar drive, is going to have a new set of rubber as well. So I think Vadik is going to be almost untouchable for this race win here tonight, barring he doesn't put a foot wrong. But brand new rubber on, as well as Brandon Pfeiffer on old rubber. Yeah, that's going to be quite the challenge. Andre Alex Afonso also opts for no tires, just opts to put fuel in. That's what I would have expected. Definitely the sensible strategy. George Elmer and Lucas Lichten also agreeing. Jan Rodrik's out of the pits. He also agrees. Alex Afonso, though, who was once leading this race, relinquished into third for now. We've had 8 laps here so far, 13 minutes and 30 seconds remaining of this race 1. Stefania has found the back of Raleigh. We're going to see a little bit of a battle heating up here soon. Raleigh Dutchy, Stefania Blaskovic, a battle for P last. Some may say that this is going to be the most important battle of all. Stefania closing in. Raleigh, will he have an answer? Oh, Raleigh's deep into the bus stop. Stefania with a very tight line. Should have a much better exit. Big wobble, though. Stefania, okay, well, that was an easy overtake. Stefania, using the power of the force, dispatches Raleigh Dutchy and into the barrier just about. I think that he managed to keep it out. Unfortunately, the Street Animals now put into last. Oh, no, it's a little bit deep into the first corner as well. Raleigh, head down and keep up with Stefania. That's going to be the goal here for right now. Definitely can come back into this race. The pace is there for Raleigh. Just needs to really find it. Like I say, get that head down. Oh, no! Romaldo is facing the wrong way on track. Or, no, he did a pirouette. He did a full pirouette. Oh, my. What has happened here? So we're through Lecombe. What has happened on the exit here? Oh, my goodness. Just way too much throttle. Bonks the barrier. Does a very awkward turn. That is not going to help Romaldo whatsoever. And that is no TC at its finest. Yes, Kevin. Brutal. Romaldo Jr., a bit of a setback, but he still needs to make his stop, so we'll see if he repairs that damage. I doubt he will. It seems fairly inconsequential at this point. Andre Alex Afonso has not given up, though. The Portuguese driver battling with Brandon Pfeiffer. He's keeping up. But Brandon is putting just enough distance behind, or just enough distance in between them to keep from any real big sends from Afonso, or even really any attempts at all. This keeps that gap at least 1 second consistently. But Afonso, credit where credit's due, keeping it within the 2-second gap as well. Very tricky to do when Brandon Pfeiffer has the quickest lap, and especially quickest lap by quite a margin, actually. But it does seem like I'm still waiting for that drive-through penalty to pop up. We have yet to see one. I see so many red laps, but I still have yet to see a drive-through. So at the last moments, anything really could change. Vadik could be even the recipient of a drive-through, and that could change absolutely everything. So far, though, it is to be said, Vadik has found his stride in this race. The Porsche Cup cars he's definitely been gelling with much more recently. And looking very strong this time around. Going to put on a good result. Jan Stam battling with it's the 2 Dutch drivers, I presume. I know Jan Rodrik's here. He is the American flag, but I presume there's some Dutch heritage involved with the name. So who will come out on top? We come through Sector 3 now. A few more corners to go before we finish this lap. Still quite a bit more racing to be had here tonight, that is for sure. And of course, we have our GT3 Championship up after that, so do not miss that, everybody. And in the intermission, we also got Stream Racer. So putting the test to you guys for a little bit. We come to the line. Jan Stam still not able to make the move. Jan Rodrix holding on for now. But this is going to be the real question. The setup is going to be everything. If Jan can get... okay, that doesn't help. If Stam can get a better exit out of the Eau Rouge Radion complex here onto the Kemmel Straight, he should have the opportunity to take this move. He has the pace, but he's very far behind. Really deep there goes both drivers. They both invalidate through that corner, picking up potentially a penalty. This is going to get very spicy at the end, I predict. Oh, you're right. I never answered that question, did I? Yes, I'm looking. It is a 90-minute endurance race here tonight. So the GT3s will have 90 minutes to tackle Spa-Francorchamps. Definitely looking forward to that. But of course, as I said, don't go anywhere in between, folks, because we have some fun for that. And pop on board to see what it's like behind the wheel here of the Dutch driver. Oh, as you can see, the back end so loose on those Porsche Cup cars. Just the slightest bit of steering input gets that rotation with the combination of the throttle. Way wide was Rodrix. That's going to give an opportunity into the Fangnes now for Stam. Outside line being picked, but it's going to quickly turn back to the inside, and Jan using the speed there to his advantage gets it, but is he going to overcook it into the next corner? No, it looks like he manages to hold it, and Jan Rodrix, no answer back. Lovely overtake for Stam. So it was a long time coming, but what a confident one as well, as through the Fangnes. It can be tricky, it can be tight. It's a very wide track here at Spa, which allows for some side-by-side action. It's just one of the best overtaking tracks out there. So definitely, like I say, GT3s, look forward there, because we're going to have a lot more cars on grid. We're going to be seeing a lot more action and overtakes. Jan Rodrix there a little bit late on the brake, or actually a little bit later on the brakes, but managing to keep it a little bit more tidy through the corner. So this battle may not be done. I would not count Rodrix out just yet, as I think the more consistent driver might be in Rodrix, but Jan definitely currently quicker. Still leading this race, Romaldo Jr. with Jacob Church behind in second. Now both of these drivers, of course, still need to make their pit stop. They're going for that long overcut strategy. And Jacob Church currently actually has been he's been holding a pretty good margin. His last lap, a 1:27.7. So maybe looking to come into the pits fairly soon, but he's on a good lap this time. So just maybe a bit of an error last time around that cost him. Romaldo Jr. as well. Did I say 127? Holy smokes, that would be rapid. 227. A 225.4 for Romaldo Jr. last time around. Although it was invalid. This lap also invalid. He stays out again. Okay. Fair enough. And so does Jacob Church. Sure. Romaldo just wants the clout for leading the race, I suppose. Vadik, though, I assure you, he will be in the lead of this race. Give or take, really. He's been gaining on... Actually, Jacob Church pulled away from him last lap, so nicely done there. But still, quite the ask to hold on to those positions by the end of this race for those two drivers. Rodrix currently in 9th, not able to best the other Jan. Seems the Dutchie has found the pace there for the number 100. Looking to take it away from here. Uh-oh, Jacob Church has found the wrong direction in the Lecombe chicane. What has happened, everybody? Jacob coming now into the braking zone. Is this going to be a case of... Holy smokes! Official Karu with a tier 4, or tier 1 sub. Oh, tier 4 sub. Wow. Doesn't even exist, but no, unfortunate there. Jacob Church just on the throttle. Yeah, a little bit too much right foot. Karu, 4-month subscription, though. Thank you so much, Karu. Continued support. Absolutely awesome. Appreciate every single one of you guys in chat, as well as all our subs and Patreons. You guys are amazing. And donors as well. Donation still as well available down in the description of the stream. What's the underneath? I don't even know what the underneath the stream is called. Anyways. The bio? Yeah, the bio. There we go. But Vadik, now 12 seconds behind Jacob Church. Romaldo Jr., I will say, he's still looking to come out in a fairly decent position. Maybe the overcut was a decent way to go. He should finish around, I think, P6 at least. Or at least, I think. He might even fall back into P5. He should come in this lap. Okay, good. Making me nervous there, Romaldo. Jacob Church, I think he should follow suit as well. He can go one more lap if he really wants. Does he want to lead a race for a lap? That is the question. Jacob Church has the power to lead a race here for one lap if he wants. And he is going to, everybody. We have a new race leader. Jacob Church takes the lead. Well, not yet. Hang on. We're preempting it a little bit. But he is going to take the lead of this race. And now is leading. Nicely done, Jacob Church. A little bit deep into the first corner, but hey, we won't pay any mind to that. Raleigh Dutchy, unfortunately, with a bit of a spin in the back again. Struggling to keep up with Stefania. Stefania, lovely drive so far, it is to be said. Fastest lap, 227. Definitely working on it and getting the improvements in. Porsche Cup cars are such a challenge to drive, so... Oh, careful, let's not get a drive-through penalty, Stefania. We got one more lap to go. Oh, Jacob slipping and sliding. He absolutely sent it into the Lecombe chicane. Didn't quite work out, though. And energy being thrown the way of Jacob again. He's going to need it. He seems that the grip there is, well, not there for him. Grip lacking for Jacob Church. He needs to come into the pits this lap. Vadik behind 4.5 seconds. He's actually going to come into range. There's a chance that Vadik actually overtakes Jacob. Which Vadik, after taking tires in the pit lane as well. Very impressive drive so far. Romaldo Jr. did decide to come into the pits. He's now out in P10, so actually much further down than I expected. The pit lane here is brutal. As he spends just about 76 seconds in the pit lane, just driving, just cruising, 76 seconds, 27 seconds stationary. Gee, sound like Romaldo Jr. missed a gear there. That was an odd sound from that Porsche car. Vadik is creeping up in that mirror. Jacob Church has used all of his tires. Oh, Vadik is going to get it. No, Jacob Church doesn't lead a lap. He tried. He is going to have to come into the pits this lap, though, as he turns in and does condemn himself to pit lane.
Okay, the leader is on the final lap now. Give it all you can.
And white flag being waved for Vadik. The Adstitsi of Auto Sports through the first corner with his parade lap here. It's been a stellar drive from Vadik. And it's a well-earned one as well. He didn't just get this off of strategy. He absolutely took it hand over fist onto Brandon Pfeiffer. Brandon was driving an incredible race himself, to be fair. Fastest lap and putting on a performance that I think I have not seen from Brandon, well, really ever. I think this is a new level from Brandon, and it's really incredible to see. As Vadik, no slouch himself, a very talented driver. A driver that puts a foot wrong here and there, and I think, like I say, he will be the first one to admit it. But hey, that is, when you drive with emotion, which Vadik, I pride him on, it's an absolutely, you know, there's benefits and there's negatives to it. Vadik, great guy, and overall a great driver as well. In Sector 3 now. Why don't we ride on board with the rest of this lap? Lead a lap and clip it and send it to your old man, John. That's hilarious. And then hang it up on the virtual fridge while you're done. Or when you're done. Vadik is really attacking the corners. Now, that is one thing I think that Vadik is in his driving style. It's very aggressive. You can see just the way that he moves his wheel. When you go on board with Brandon Pfeiffer, very smooth, very concise, and calculated movements. Vadik is like, nah, man, we're just full send. Look at that, bam, yeah. But hey, it works, and he is leading this race. Vadik, full send all the way to the end, and it has paid off. Vadik Katsitsiev comes across the line here for the Porsche Cup Race 3, Race 2, and finishes in first. Nicely done. Brandon Pfeiffer up next. He's going to finish in second. The number 22 car with Andre Alex Afonso in third for the number 999. Intercontinental, the Portuguese driver, should be fairly happy with that one. Lucas Lichten as well going to be coming to the line in fourth. He did gain one position by the end of this race. Will Stewart down 2 from where he started on the podium, finishes 5th. Jan Rodricks looking for that 6th position, but what a race we had. And yes, Dan, that is. George Elmer with the yellow flag on the final lap. Actually, I think he dropped a position. Romaldo Jr. gains a position on the final lap up in a P8. Gifted by the Simnut Racing, and oh no! George Elmer's out of fuel. He's coasting. He's going to have to cut the final chicane, but the grass is going to slow him down, and the bumps are as well. I don't think there's any way he makes it to the line without assistance from another driver. Oh, he's taking the chicane the valid way. No, I think if he cut it, he could have made it. Does he make it? George Elmer to the line. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. He's going to need some assistance from a buddy, Jacob. Jacob Church. Is he going to be the saving grace that George Elmer needs here? George Elmer crawling. He's crawling. Jacob, what is he going to do? Is he going to help a friend in need? No, he's not, because George has returned to the pits. Oh, you hate to see it. Jacob Church thought, oh, they got it. But anyways, Brandon Pfeiffer of the Rating Party of 3. Brandon, if you would like a interview, could you hop into the green room, brother? Great race. Excellent, excellent drive, and thank you very much for the raid. But also, any podium finishers, if you guys want an interview on the green room, head on up there. That's going to be Vadik, Brandon, and Andre. If you guys would like, please do. I'm going to head back into the booth. So welcome back to the booth, everybody. But yes, what a drive. What a drive, Vadik. Taking a win, and a well-deserved one as well. Managing to take the lead off of merit, taking the position from Brandon Pfeiffer in the first lap, in fact, through Sector 3. A very tough thing to do, or through Sector 2, I guess that is. Sector 3 starts right afterwards. And a hydrate from one Bigley for some water. We can get that. We'll get a hydrate. Let's get some replays up in the background while we wait for our interviewees. Hydration on. You love to see it. As we take a look here at the Discord, we do have Brandon Pfeiffer. Still interviews open if anyone else would like to join. We are going to start, though, with Brandon Pfeiffer. So, Brandon, congrats, man. You got P2. You're looking like you're on a new form here, it seems. Have you been practicing?
I practiced like 30 minutes before quali. I don't know. The Porsche Cup is just a car that I really like the feel of. And so I kind of gel with it really, really quickly for some odd reason. I wish it was a car that I used more often, but But yeah, I swear, Spa, this track was so much harder than Hungaroring. I feel like the tires were just gone halfway through the race. We're really struggling to come back. It was rough.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely looked to be, especially Vadik taking a set of tires in the pit phase. He was that far ahead, it seemed. Or, I mean, he had to have. He had a 30-second stop. His stop was absolutely stellar if he did take tires. But still,
Okay.
I mean, I'd love to. I really want him to join the green room, but he isn't joining. Come on, Vadik. I know you're in chat. Get in here.
Yeah, or at least put in the chat if you took tires, because I halfway through the second stint, I was starting to wonder if taking tires was the best move, because I was like a second and a half off my lap times every lap in the second stint. So if he pulled that off, it's smart by him. He held it together well.
Yeah, I will say, he did really. But Brandon, you had some nice battles with him. But also, like I say, this pace, it seems to be not coming from nowhere, but you were more of a mid-pack driver. I think I don't want to be insulting, but you seem to be kind of climbing up to the tops. Am I not mistaken?
Yeah, I think doing that Ginetta race earlier today helped too. Just kind of getting used, because I'm doing in between ACC and iRacing right now, so hopping back and forth is interesting. But getting a nice race in earlier today on ACC, get back into it was helpful, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you looked really good out there today, I got to say, and your quali was absolutely stellar. So, I mean, no complaints there. You dropped fastest lap in the race. I mean, overall, I think you did the best you possibly could.
Yeah, I was a little overly cautious on the start. I underestimated how much grip there'd be and got passed on the outside by 3 cars, which wasn't the best start. But yeah, other than that, I have no complaints.
And here we have Vadik and Stitsiev, our race winner. Vadik, first off, I guess the question that everybody is burning to hear, did you take tires at your stop?
Nope.
No, you didn't. Okay, so you just had a very slow stop then. Interesting.
Yeah. I tried to go brake as late as I could into the pit box and then just fucked it up.
Sorry for the language, everybody, but yes.
Yeah, my bad. My bad.
But yes.
I fricked it up.
Outbroke yourself just slightly there, and it cost you about 3 seconds in total, I think. I mean, it looked, you think you'd have 30...
I also had damage.
Okay. Because
I had I think 1.8 seconds of damage.
You're stationary for 31 seconds compared to Brandon's 28 seconds, so quite a difference.
Yeah. It was a bit of an oof on my end.
It happens. You still managed to take it there to the end, so congratulations to you, Vadik. Great battle as well, it is to be said.
Sorry for the club thing.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. But yes, I just mainly on your battle. But very good, I want to say. Super fun to watch you and Brandon battle it out in the first lap. And yeah. But thank you guys so much. We are going to move on. So Brandon, congratulations on your podium. Vadik, congratulations on your win. Thank you guys. And good luck next time.
I got to get qualifying now.
Of course, we have our GT3 race up next. But in between this, of course, we are going to have Stream Racer, everybody. But I need to... We're going to head back to the booth because I got to, boot it up first. Oh my goodness, what did it do? It put me in the... I'm going to... What has it done? Okay, we have to try again, everyone. This game's a little... It's fun, but, we can bug. Anyways, hope everyone enjoyed that. We have some questions. Hi there, Brazilian in the... how do you... Sorry, cut out. How do you practice, or how would you like to join? So, if you are interested in joining, that's a great question. We can pull up the calendar real quick and take a look here at all of the leagues that we offer and how you can join them here in chat. You can find a link to our SimGrid that will have all of our championships on, all listed there, and all of our also one-off events that we have a couple one-off events coming up. I think the Max Rain at Britain, that one is going to be quite fun. So look forward to that. You know what? We're going to race on Monaco again. I really enjoyed that track, so we're going to go for Monaco. Also, big thank you to our patrons. Pop their names up on screen, and all of our donors. There is the rest of our calendar. But we're going to head now towards that Stream Racer. If you guys are interested, type !race in chat, and we can get into this. This is, of course, I think one of everyone's new favorite segments in between. As I'm just trying to make sure we have time to do it. I'm pretty sure we do, but I'm going to make sure. But !race, everybody, to get involved on this action. This is going to be quite fun to see here. We'll all get involved as well. Bam. we have our leaderboard as well. Here is our current leaderboard for what we have. Of course, Karu with a win, Donut with a win, Donut with a win in a P3, Karu with a win in a P2. We have yet to have a back-to-back winner yet, so looking for a strong result here tonight is going to be Karu. But definitely exclamation mark race if you guys are interested in getting in this. Izzy, welcome. Welcome to Bruno Fumaza as well. As we just check in or wait for here a minute. So you guys have a couple more, 2 more minutes, I will say, until we get on into this Stream Racer race. So exclamation mark race if you want to. We only have 8 people in there, 9 people. Let's go. Come on, let's get some more. Kari, why do I gotta pressure you like this? Yeah, I'm pressuring you on something that you have no control over. So, you know, that's... Oh, we're already in quali for the GT3 race. Wow, we're rolling. We're gonna miss a little bit of the quali, and that's okay. I'm not too bothered by it. They got started so early. Wow. That's insane. Okay. Either way, we're gonna get into it then. We're gonna go less than 2 minutes. Exclamation mark race. You guys have 1 minute left before we get into this. We're gonna jump into the GT3 qualifying quite late. Have a good night, Ripper. So 1 minute left to get involved. We have 11 drivers. Jace Wright, the controller king. We have Daryl Keenan in chat. Zane Blisket, Izzy, Greco, me, Sambo Chill, Official Karu, Bruno Famza, excuse me, Jalen Hawley, One Bigley, and Rally Dutchy. Divisionato, exclamation mark race. You got 30 seconds to get in on this. Roofless joining us as well. Divisionato, welcome, welcome. No, Doc, not chat. Exclamation mark race. We have 10 seconds left, everybody. We're getting into this. Come on, exclamation mark race. Oh, Doc slips in the very end. You love to see it. As we now get on into it, who is going to start on that pole position? We're here at Monaco at the night. It's going to be me and Daryl side by side starting off. I was sleeping at the wheel. What was I doing? As we now head on down, this grandstand's getting in the way there. It's going to be a big dash to the first corner. Cars are already off as they head on down to Sandoval. Can see the fans cheering, going wild. Daryl off to a exclamation mark boost, everybody. Everyone getting tagged by the barrier there except for Daryl. Daryl's the only one that managed to make that and off to a storming lead so far. Now, do not discourage you, anyone, of course. Exclamation mark boost. Oh my goodness, out of control goes Rally Dutchy. Takes out the field. Zane Blisket has a spin himself. How is Daryl so cracked? Daryl's gone. As everybody else is still struggling to make it through this corner, Daryl has finally found his enemy. It is the wrong direction on the track. Everyone now caught up. Doc Milwee bouncing across both candy canes. Style points there. 10-point finish at least for Doc. As I'm having an issue as well with the candy canes. Oh, thank you very much to Sambo for pushing me through. Appreciate that. Zane Blisket side by side with Roofless as they go through the casino hairpin. Now into the back. Doc Milwee is stranded in the barrier, flat out now. I'm not sure. The reverse button not quite there. Who is leading? Daryl is still leading this race. Daryl is absolutely cracked. Oh my goodness. As he doesn't go with the boost and take the jump there, he is going to take the normal track. Everyone else, we have Bruno now coming up towards the jump. Is he going to take it? Oh, he cuts the corner. He almost hit the barrier. Unfortunately, Daryl hits the barrier and loses the lead to the race. We have Bruno. Okay, never mind. Bruno has decided to go off the track, but Daryl taking a cone with him, being a gentleman driver. Doc Milwee storms into the lead here. Now coming through the left-hander into the barriers. You can see nobody even close to Doc. As he heads through the final quarter complex, Doc Milwee seemingly in a great position to take the win of this race. He negotiates the barrier into the left or the right-hander. Now with just 2 more corners to go, we're going to hop on board with Doc Milwee as he comes to the line and finishes first place. Papa Milwee, excellent job. John Hawley comes home with a P2. And up next, Daryl, who had such an incredible start, was dominating this race, is getting swamped up. He's losing all of the ground and heading backwards. Rally Dutchy takes the position and is going to finish on the podium. Rally Dutchy with a P1, a P2, and a P3 now. Bruno next to the line, as well as Izzy Greco. And everybody else piling in afterwards. A few more drivers left to go. We have Daryl, who just had an absolutely amazing start, but an abysmal finish. And Sambo, unfortunately, coming last, but of course not least. And is going to make it to the line for the finish here at Monaco. Over the jump, of course, the famous Formula One jump. Incredible. Doc Milwee takes the win with John Hawley in second and Rally Dutchy in third. We can take a look here at the standings. Karu. Oh, Rally Dutchy. Excuse me, Rally Dutchy. I got Karu and Dutchy. My apologies, everyone. Karu, Dutchy, excuse me, going to be getting up with a P3 now, so a P2 and a P3. Rally yet with the win, looking to secure a win. And also, okay, interesting. So Doc Milwee also joining the leaderboards now with a win. You love to see that. Finally on the podium. Well, okay, we need to hurry up now. We're going to take a look at that, or we'll, of course, be back next week for some more Stream Racer. Probably not next week. In one of the next sessions, the mixed class session, we'll be back, or Thursday. But for now, we need to head into the booth, I guess, momentarily, while we head on down towards the actual quali session ahead of us that we are, eking to find out who is currently on pole position. At least I am. I don't know about you. It's Rousseau. Rousseau is currently on pole as we head down into the session. Christian Rousseau leading the time charts as it stands in that Jolly Rancher Porsche. Quinn Smith behind, and Ricardo Sapien in third, the Mexican driver, joining us once again. I feel like it's a while since I've seen Sapien out on track. The odd numbers have finished their qualifying, and the even numbers have started theirs. Devin Anthony is out on track trying to set his lap. I think he might be the first driver. No, he's on an out lap. Let's find the first driver. I think everyone's on an out lap, maybe. No, they're not. Struggling. It's just Porshakov is on a flyer. Here we go. I think Porshakov is the first driver out. Oh no, Vadik. I just recommend reporting your incidents. Don't let it get to you, Vadik. You're in P8. You're all right. You dominated last time, so I got faith in you, Vadik. Just don't let it get to you. Head down and push forward. Andrei Porshakov, it's currently what he's doing. He'll hop on board with the McLaren Evo 2. Now, I know this is a question that is going to be asked multiple times throughout the stream, so we'll just answer it early. Are we using a custom BOP? No. We have the base BOP here, so we may see the McLaren Evo 2 be a little bit stronger than some of the other cars. Currently, though, that's not true. We have a Porsche on pole position, which is very exciting. Vadik getting a penalty for calling another Stream Racer out. Yes, no arguing about your Stream Racer results, everybody. It is what it is. Porshakov jumps to pole position, though, in that McLaren Evo 2 by about half a second. And, oh, we have a new Fuchsia teammate. Stevens has joined the Fuchsia competition team. Interesting. The orange Fuchsia competition car out on track this time around. We also have Ollie Raza. He's up in a P4. Didn't quite get that lap on the board. Wow, John Tracy with a stellar lap. 5/1000ths off of Andrei Porshakov. That is a lap. 2:16.2 for the two McLarens, both of them. Oh, and he was in the box 3 race earlier. Okay, but he hasn't been with you, or he hasn't done any league races yet. Interesting. So first debut league race for Trackalicious here. You love to see it. Bruno Pio in the Garage 59. Lovely livery as well. So many incredible liveries, it is to be said. That's one of my favorite things about commentating, is you get to see the amount of work that these drivers put in for their cars. It is not easy to make a livery, everyone, especially for this car. We'll just give a little bit of love to it right now. We're in a bit of a flatter section. A Golf-inspired McLaren. And a lovely color palette as well. Tracy is also on the team, just not in this championship. Oh, interesting. And that's an official livery? This livery is amazing. Like, actually. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. I feel like I would have recognized that, but fair enough. I mean, I know you know. You would know, Vadik. Trust me, I know. Garage 59. Oh, really? Interesting. Okay. Of course, Vadik is an absolute GT nerd. We also have Emirates in P3. And the Emirates Stardust, unfortunately, don't have the livery there. Whoa! Lagging a little bit. Oh my goodness, a little bit is an understatement. That is dangerous levels of lag starting up in P3. And I think they are from the UAE as well. Look, no, wait, is that the UAE flag? That's not the UAE flag. Where is it? No, that is. Okay, that is the UAE flag. Fair enough with the name Emirates, I guess, but... Hopefully, the UAE driver can manage to get that ping sorted out here. Of course, we're a North American-based league. That is, well, the stewards, I hope, are having a look at that. That's not great. As much as we want everyone to participate in the league, I will admit that's it's a bit dangerous. Bruno Pio to the line here. What is it going to be? 2/10? Actually, he's not to the line yet. What am I talking? He's not even close. He's in Sector 2. Oh, it's been a long day, clearly. Ali Raza in Sector 2 as well, coming through the Fangnas. And into the Stavolos as well. Ali Raza in the Ferrari 296. Seemingly not quite up to pace with the McLarens. I don't want to say shocker, but shocker. It's, yeah. The McLaren's a bit nutty here. But Ollie will have another lap to set. He's currently 3/10 up heading into the bus stop chicane. So the result, I don't think he's going to have the position that he wants just yet. He is going to overtake Bruno Pio. Can he gain over Christian Rousseau? I think yes, he can. Up into P4, not quite onto the podium just yet. Thank you, Thomas. I appreciate you. Wow. Okay, this, yeah, I mean, I think that needs addressed, but yeah. But nonetheless, Ali Raza currently trying to gain up into that podium positions as well. Big gap between Bruno Pio and Fernandez. Let's see. Where did Bruno Pio here landing? Fernandez. Oh, you're absolutely between Rousseau and Fernandez. Yeah, you're 100% right. Good spot there. 0.6 of a difference between them. That's massive. Wilson can improve, though. He can close that up on this lap in the Audi. He's found his home with the Audi recently in that vacuum racing. Bit of a wiggle there on the exit of the chicane. Loses a 10th. Now into the Ravazza, or into Ravazza. No. What am I talking about? But through No Name now, pushing on towards Pouon. Wilson Fernandez is going to be the next, I think is the next driver to set a valid lap. Let's see, where is 664 of, we're trying to find, Devin Anthony. No, Devin Anthony is on a valid lap and improving. We'll stick with Devin. Sworn enemy and teammate is pulling a top 10. Oh, you blame Dan. Of course, Ricardo Sapien. Dan and Ricardo go back. They go back. Devin Anthony here. What does he have as he comes to the line? 2/10 improvement. Doesn't go up any positions. Next will be Bruno Pio. He is down 2/10. And last but not least will be Professor Chronotis. Chronotis on a good improvement as well. Can pop on board with the 296 for the final few corners. Through the bus stop, onto the accelerator. A little bit late onto the throttle, but still a 2/10 improvement. 1/10 improvement, actually. Goes to P17. That is our quali here tonight. Now, of course, up next we have our 90-minute race. I am going to be talking for 90 minutes straight. This is going to be fun. My throat is going to love me. Nonetheless, we can get in here and meet our drivers in a minute. Great quali session, though, for some. Not so for others, but I will say, most part, I think pace being fairly represented here tonight. But as we have it up at the front, starting in P1, it is the 696 driver of Andre Porsche Cup. Behind him, John Tracy, the number 69 in P2. Also, Emmy Emirates, third quickest, P2, number 2 driver in P3. Ali Raza in fourth, the number 30, Pakistan Zidabad. Lined up next to him will be Bruno Pio in the number 14, the Brazilian Garage 59 car. Christian Rousseau, 6th quickest. He was on pole at the end of his odd number split. Unfortunately, was relinquished. 6th fastest is what it's going to be for the Jolly Rancher Racing. Wilson Fernandez in P7, the Vacuum Racing, with Quinn Smith behind in 8th. An Audi 888 and 999 next to each other, with the 444 to boot in P9. Ricardo Sapien rounding out our top 10, the Mexican driver with CJ Engine in P10. We also have Darren Thomas, 12th quickest in the Warm Soup Midnight Special BMW, with Anton Vaus behind in P13. Kevin Yu, 14th quickest in the number 95, with Vadik Tsitsiev in the Fusha competition in P15. The sister car of Vadik in P16, Drew Burakovsky behind the wheel of the number 19 car, Professor Chronotis in P17. Devin Anthony, 18th quickest, with Jace Wright behind in P19. Steven Music rounding out our top 20 with Steven Tomazic in P21. We have Danny Volkov in P22 with Stefan Buckley in P23 in the Nissan GTR, the PAC NW E-Seniors. Unfortunately, no livery for that one. Stefania Blaskovic, 24th quickest for the Polish-American driver. Polish-Canadian? I think they're Canadian, if I'm not mistaken. With Stefano Rinaldi in P25. Zane Blisket, 26th quickest in the Mad Fox Racing with Jaeger Karu Company in the sister car in P27, the Honda NSX. Eric the Boskakasian in the Squadra Corsa Lamborghini Evo 2, the Armenian driver in P28. We have G. Stevens, the newest Fuchs competition driver, out on the grid in P29. Rounding out P30 is going to be Raleigh Dutchy, the number 621. And last but not least will be Jelson Cruz, the number 777. You can hear the cars all warming up and getting ready to get underway for their 4.3-mile outlap. Got a lot to cover ahead of us here tonight. Car is now underway. And we will get a full onboard lap with Tracy at some point, I assure you. Please remind me, chat, because I will maybe forget. Hopefully I don't. And a hydrate as well from Sambo. Definitely earned at this point, I think. Nice little sip of water. Didn't fill my water bottle up before this stream, though. We're running low already. We got 90 minutes ahead of us. This is brutal. We're good. I got Monster. Oh, my Monster's running low. Guys, I didn't prepare. I'm underhydrated for today. We'll make do, though. We'll make do, I promise. So while we're on this very, very long outlap, this is going to be quite a 4.3 mile long outlap here at Spa, why don't we take a look at our calendar really quickly and see what we have to offer coming up. Of course, we have what we're watching right now, the Porsche Cup Series here at Spa-Francorchamps next week, December 10th, Watkins Glen, 35-minute sprint for the Porsche Cup, and a 30-45 doubleheader for the GT3s. Also, of course, on the 21st, I think it's supposed to be, okay, on the calendar, I need to change that. It's not the 21st, it's the 28th is when the max rain at Britain is. My apology, or is it? Yeah, it's 28th, max rain at Britain. So I need to change that on the calendar, so that will be, but of course on SimGrid it is correct. All of these can be found over on SimGrid. We also have our GT4 Rookie Series. That's going to be tomorrow, of course. We're going to be over at Brands Hatch, Suzuka, for the 20-minute sprint, followed up by our GT4 Patreon Championship. More on that in a minute. We have our GT3 Reverse Grid. That's going to be at Hungaroring. Everyone, I think this is a series that people have really gotten drawn to, the Reverse Grid. Big shout out to Professor Chronotis for putting that together, for the script to make this all happen. Chronotis, an absolute wizard when it comes to programming for especially what we do here at Trackalicious. So thank you to that. And also big thank you to all of our patrons. Wonderful names on screen right now. Special thanks to the V12 Exotics. Thank you to all the donations as well that you guys have put in. You guys are amazing. We have not just the V8 and inline 4 donors on there. We also have the few of our donors in that. So thank you guys so much for providing here and making what we do possible here at Trackalicious. Why don't we head back into the action? As we've completed just about half of our lap. The long lap here at Spa-Francorchamps. Long pit lane, long lap. One mandatory pit for these drivers, same as the previous. 25 seconds required stationary, with an additional 5 if you would like a tire change. Now, I do think we are going to see drivers take tires in this race. In fact, I'm almost 100% confident everybody will be. And Dan, yeah, absolutely. You know it's a fierce grid when Raza is in P4, missing some Love Rink action, though. You're right. That rivalry, I feel like, is falling further and further away. Let's take a look at the standings here for the championship at hand. Ollie Raza is leading it at 462 points, and I think is almost untouchable from Quinn Smith at 370. As it looks like, yeah, Skylar Loverink has fallen out of the running at 303. There must be a lot. Hold on. How many points are on the line here per race? Let me take a look at that first. Oh, there's 120 points on the line per race. Okay. Well, fair enough. That's quite a bit. So, in that case, anything is still possible. Holy smokes! John Hawley dropping an 11-month Prime sub. Thank you so much. But Ollie Raza leading the championship with Quinn Smith behind in second, and Wilson Fernandez in third. Chase Wright cresting in fourth, and Bruno Pio in fifth. Bruno with 2 DNSs. Of course, there is one drop round here. But nonetheless, that's all behind us. What's in front of us right now is 90 minutes on the clock. And we are currently seeing the drivers come to the first corner. They're all 2x2 Noah's Ark formation into La Source. They all come around. They're going to have to redo that again, of course, as they all come out of the corner. But still, now going back into 2x2 formation. I'm Mike Nause in the booth. Andrei Porshikov on pole position with John Tracy in P2. John Tracy actually in P1 right now. Needs to... Okay, this seems like it's how it's... Okay, regardless, we are getting ready to go green as we pull down to the total energy board and head down to the Eau Rouge Radion complex. And we are green now, heading down to the hill. It's an incredible start for John Tracy, immediately taking the lead now. It's fight back, though, from Andrei Porshikov as we force a little bit of forcing off the track. Elbows out there for the number 696 driver. We have, that's Emir Emirates in the background, creeping up the UAE driver. We're going to go 3 wide down the Kemmel Straight. Now, that's Ollie Raza backing out very early because he recognizes what he sees here. And we go 3 wide, no clattering just yet, makes it happen. Nicely done. Emmy is going to have to take to the inside line, cuts the track just slightly. Andrei Porshikov fighting back, but there's contact on Emmy is round. Big contact as well. John Tracy gives another tag, actually rounds Emmy back round. rejoins the track in the safest way possible, makes contact there with a BMW. Actually, I think it might have been netcode, I'm not sure. But nonetheless, back into the action, side by side, Quinn Smith and John Tracy. John has fallen down the field after that contact, actually, quite a bit. That really affected him. He started up in P2, was battling with Porshikov, now just trying to hold on to P6. Or P5, that is, excuse me, and he is going to do so for now. Quinn Smith, though, not going to give up. Behind that is going to be Wilson Fernandez in P7. Vadik Tsitsiev, 9th. Vadik has made up some ground on this lap. 6 positions, my goodness. Incredible start there for Vadik. Also 6 positions being gained for Eric in the back. You can check on that here as Eric actually, as I say that, he goes off and is going to basically undo all of his hard work. Up at the front, Ali Raza trying to take it to Andrei Porshikov, saying that I don't care that the McLaren is the best track or best car in the game on this track. I am going to try to take this win regardless. The Pakistan Zindabad. What does he have in store for us tonight? And Sapien just sent you a Instagram reel during the formation lap. What a yeah, that is true commitment, to be honest. Whoa, big slide there, side by side again between John Tracy and Quinn Smith. Quinn not giving up whatsoever. Outside line, though, is going to be definitely the unfavorable, and he goes late on the brakes. Can he make this happen? Now, the inside is just that much better, but slipping is Bruno Pio, as it might be falling victim here to John Tracy relatively soon. Coming up the Eau Rouge Radion complex, you don't want to be too close to the car in front of you, but you don't want to be too far either. You want that slipstream in tow, but you want to be able to maximize your speed through there and not have to lift off the throttle whatsoever. That is absolutely key. As he sticks with him in the slipstream, but he isn't gaining. Now that, of course, is going to be the fact that they are the same cars. Side by side, they go again, though. Wilson Fernandez was with Ricardo Sapien in that Garage 59 McLaren. Ricardo Sapien started in P10, working his way up the field. Now, according to Daniel Versosa, this is all to BOP. Obviously, he's kidding. They're good friends. Just a bit of banter. Wilson Fernandez, currently in P7. Chasing Quinn Smith. Also has, well, actually, he's only one of the drivers. There's only been 4 drivers that actually have stayed even with their positions. Wilson Fernandez being one of them. Andrei Porshikov is obviously one. Anton Was started in 13th, remains 13th, and Professor Cronotis started 17th and remains 17th. Other than that, we have our biggest gainer in Jelson Cruz, up 10 positions from where he started, and our biggest loser, Emmy Emirates, Darren Thomas, down 12 positions. That warm soup BMW getting caught out early on, unfortunately, has plenty of time to make up, though, and Darren definitely has the pace to unleash and get the job done, I predict. Checking down in with Steven Tomazic in the Row Your Boat Racing. Incredible livery. Tribute to all of our servicemen and women out there. Thank you all for your service. We appreciate you beyond words. And Steven with a lovely tribute livery for that as well. We'll take a nice little look at it. Oops. Give a deep dive. As this livery that was a deep dive from the Fuchsia competition car, unfortunately. We're going to go back to this, though. Lovely, lovely livery there from Steven Tomazic. Now checking in behind with what the heck was going on, Jelson Cruz. And G. Stevens, that was, making a bit of an ambitious send. And Eric able to type a paragraph while driving after contacting Stefan Buckley. That is dedication. Stefania Blaskovic, excuse me. Stefan Buckley currently is... Where is he? I've lost him. I'm not sure. It must have disconnected. Unfortunate. Oh, there we go. In P last, in P31, yes, in the GTR. Devin Anthony side by side with Raleigh Dutchy. Raleigh looks like they're going to have the move done, but no. Devin Anthony fighting it back. Full commitment and full drive there from Devin, paying off wonders. Eric Gakosian next up the road, 5.5 seconds. Eric wounded morally as he had a bit of a contact with Stephen Buckley on lap 1. He's going to be maybe a little bit safe now. Is that going to affect his driving later on? Jelson Cruz, currently in P20. Casey Schutte down in P19. What has happened to Casey? He's down 10 positions from where he started. I have no idea what Casey got caught up into. And yes, Karu is a little bit, as the kids would say, based in bringing the Honda NSX out. A car that has not seen, it's seen a little bit of the light of day. It hasn't seen much, though, in quite a long time, since the 1.9 update, to be specific. Now, Ricardo Sapien fighting his way through the field. Wilson Fernandez is the next victim to be had here for this McLaren driver. We do have a full onboard lap as well for Tracy, so we'll get that at some point. I have not forgotten. There's Ricardo Sapien with a look. Wilson Fernandez, can he go late enough onto the brakes? He goes later on the brakes than the McLaren, and he holds the position. Nicely done. The Audi, absolutely stellar driving. Now we have Steven Tomazic and Casey Schutte. They're having a bit of a bout currently. I think that one is settled relatively easily. Maybe not. And Casey on the right-hander should have it done. Steven, though, keeping his foot in it. Credit where credit's due. Steven trying to stick it to Casey. Look at that. I think finally he is going to fall victim to Casey there. And it looks like the Rockefeller Racing Porsche trying to follow through of Jelson Cruz isn't able to do so just yet. Steven a little bit caught for pace right now. I'm not sure if it's setup issue. Big send into Pouon there. That's a dangerous look from the Porsche. Steven washes wide there, and that's going to be done and dusted. Also, G. Stevens in P21. Now, trying to find Wilson here. Wait. Who that was? No, Tracy, excuse me. John Tracy. We're going to hop on board with for a full onboard lap. As we're following Bruno Pio currently, this is a battle for P4. Very nicely done. John Tracy catching up in that braking zone. Bit of a wiggle on exit, the dirty air getting the best of him. As we approach the first corner once again. John down to first gear. Looking for that exit. Keeping with Bruno is everything right now. But the issue we're going to have is, of course, we're in the same machinery. We have the same straight line speed. In fact, why don't we take a look at that as we come now down. Rouge Radion flat out. Shifts up to 6. No traction control for John Tracy. It's not required when you're in a straight line. Want maximum power deliverance. Ricardo Sapien is actually the quickest car in a straight line at 278 kph. Second is Emmy Emirates, and third, John Tracy. Bruno Pio actually is 2 kph slower in a straight line than John Tracy. So it is possible. John just needs the overspeed in the exit to make a move into the chicane at the end. Hope he still knows how to set up a pit. Oh no, it's a good call, Dan. Now, late on the brakes into Pouon. That is pure confidence for that McLaren Evo 2. You can see the dirty air gives him a bit of wake and washes him wide, unfortunately. But nonetheless, if that car wasn't in front of him, that would have been a very nice and tidy corner. John Tracy really showing his pace. Bit of a moment there, but nothing beyond the ordinary. You know, a correction here and there is, well, you're just pushing. He is on the charge. John Tracy is driving this car extremely hard right now, and that's what he should be doing. We're going to jump back with this battle between Emi Emirates and Vadik Kudstitsiev, as well as Ricardo Sapien. Ricardo going to be trying to come out of the doldrums here and pick a fight. Is he going to make it 3 wide in Sector 3? Now, that would be dangerous if he tried to do that. Emi Emirates is going to be ahead there of Vadik with damage on the front, or the side of that McLaren. You can see that now coming into the braking zone. Vadik hits some curb there. That was bottomed out, it looks like. Very low ride height being ran. Very deep goes Emirates. Side by side behind from Ricardo Sapien, no, excuse me, from CJ Engine and Anton Wass. As they head to the line together, Anton not able to get the move. Vadik, though, chasing and chasing. It's all he can do. Emi is doing a really good job right now. Ricardo Sapien has somehow fallen back to P10. He's back to where he started. He was up 2 positions at one point. Drew Burakovsky behind now, to be noted, has to serve a 10-second penalty. This is from a previous race that he picked that up, and then he will have to remain stationary for 10 seconds before he is lifted up onto his jacks during the pit stop phase. Also, just missed it, but John Tracy gets by Bruno Pio. Is Bruno going to fight that back? If not, we are most certainly going to go back and watch that. Let's go back and see. Coming down the Kemmel straight now. You can see the overspeed, tucks to the inside, sends it onto the... Actually brakes very early, but still manages to get the car stopped in time with enough speed to lunge down the corner. That was a very interesting move. Confidence, and he makes it happen. John Tracy going to be looking to the podiums in the near future. 2.3 seconds up the road is Christian Rousseau. You can see the 1 next to all of these drivers' names, though. Of course, that means that they have to make 1 mandatory pit stop. They have to serve that whenever. Presumably, we'll see that about halfway through the race. Of course, we're just a little over 15 minutes into this one, so plenty of time to be had. 90 minutes on the clock at the start. So far, been very clean driving. It is to be said. You have a lot of drivers that are elbows out on the first lap. We didn't have that, though, today, which is nice to see. And 2:18.1 for race pace there for the likes of... That's only for Christian Rousseau. Our last lap for Andrei Porshkov is 2:16.7. Fastest lap is a 2:16.7. That lap last time around, actually. So, that is set by Andrei Porshkov, who is blisteringly quick. Which is interesting, too, because Porshkov, in terms of straight line speed, is only 10th quickest. So Porshkov with a much more downforce-centric setup, and it's helping him way more. I mean, clearly. He is able to get more rotation in Sector 3. Now, you're compromising your Sector 1 for your Sector 3, and it seems to be the right thing to do. In fact, there is a 6 kph difference between Ricardo Sapien, who's currently fastest in a straight line, and Porshkov, who's in the same machinery. 6 kph difference. You blame the meta? They're in the same car. Well, speaking of the same car, Wilson Fernandez and Quinn Smith side by side. It's only for a moment Quinn Smith taking that advantage for now. Wilson Fernandez doing whatever he can here to catch up, or to keep up, excuse me. Doing a great job as well. Last time around, 2:19.332. That's actually, there is 3,000th separating Quinn Smith and Wilson Fernandez in the previous lap, over 4.3 miles. Probably running a 0 wing setup. Yeah, he's absolutely flying. He's 1 kph quicker than Emi, and he's 2 kph quicker than Tracy. Though it doesn't seem to be helping him too much, as he has not made up any ground. He hasn't lost any ground, to be fair. But pretty much it is just a wash right now for Ricardo Sapien. We headed once again side by side towards the bus stop. The outside line for Fernandez. Oh my goodness, that's Tracy. Tracy has made a mistake. Into the bus stop and out of the bus stop. John Tracy in a terrible position. What has happened here? Is plummeting down the field as we approach the bus stop here. Is this just a McLaren moment? No, not even. That's just... I don't even know what happened. So now we're going to be coming back onto track here. And we spin again. Did he forget to turn traction control back on? Yeah, he's on TC0, everybody. We saw him turn that off earlier, and it was working out for him, but the lack there of TC has absolutely kicked John Tracy right in the butt, and he has plummeted down to P11. Wilson back at it. Oh, he's going to have the inside line for the second part of the corner, but it's going to turn to the outside again for the third. And Quinn Smith, oh, he stays ahead for now, but there's a little bit of contact mid-corner. Off the track goes Wilson, and he drops the position to Emmy Emirates. Now, Emmy coming through onto Quinn Smith into the, I guess we'll just call it as it is, because I can't, Brussels. Rivage, obviously. Yes, Rivage, the old corner name for it. Or Beau Rivage. No, that's, wait. No, it's Rivage. Beau Rivage is at Monaco. Where did Sapien go? You're right. Sapien pit? Where did Sapien go? Sapien's not in P14. Must have had a spin. Wow, look at this gaggle of cars. This is insane. Let's hope this gaggle doesn't turn into, well, a murder of cars. Oh, as it almost does. Drew Burakovsky, Ricardo Sapien having some side-by-side action. Drew still with that 10-second penalty. Ricardo, though, looking to make that position, or all those positions back up. Dropped 4 in a matter of a lap. Oh no, Emmy Emirates is off the track and into the grass. Had a brush with the wall. Now coming back on, manages to rejoin before the braking zone and actually gets the car stopped in time. That's very impressive that he did not absolutely end up just, well, I think everyone can picture that, how it would have ended, but still. Would have ended with brimstone and hellfire, but we don't talk about that. Ricardo Sapien still on the charge. Suboptimal racing line. Some might say, yes, Dan. Some might say. Also, I noticed it for a minute, but Eric Kakasian was gaining on... Was it Danny? Might have been Daniel. Thought it was Casey, though. Has fell back to 4 seconds now. Still P24 for the Armenian driver. Also, Casey significantly out of position. That is very odd to see. Darren Thomas, next up to dispatch Zane Blisket. Zane, I don't think can respond to that much here. Well, I say that. Zane on the inside line with that Porsche. I was expecting the BMW overspeed to be much more strong, but no. The Porsche keeps a nose ahead before they enter the corner and keeps the position. Nicely done from Zane Blisket. Would have been a very easy one to lose that position, but Zane, a fighter at heart in that Mad Fox Racing, well, he's keeping the old Wily Fox, well, I guess, honest. And Wilson Fernandez still trying to get rid of Quinn Smith. No luck just yet. And Emmy Emirates, new driver to the Trackalicious Leagues from the UAE. I think driving in the UAE as well. Had a very poor ping in the quali, but so far has been fairly stable, it seems, in the race. So that's good to see. I was very worried. Wilson really likes that outside line. Now, that is the way to make the overtake, really, because of the way the corner goes with the... I mean, it's not a bus stop anymore. It's just what we call it. In fact, it's not even called the bus stop in the most. It's just called the chicane, which is... Yes. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. It is a chicane, but wouldn't call that the name. Stefano Rinaldi into the pits with the yellow flag for some reason. Not sure what that's about. Kevin Yu on the charge. Anton Was in front. We also, Emmy has made do there with Wilson Fernandez. Wilson overtaken very easily. Up next is going to be Quinn Smith here for Emirates. Down the inside. Can he get the car stopped in time? Yes, he does. Parks it right in the middle of the apex. Now that was an... I don't want to say it's a dirty... That was an extremely clean overtake. But savage. I mean, he took the line and then he just parked it right in the middle of the track, not allowing Quinn any fight back. That is a textbook overtake. Give Vadik some energy there. Vadik gonna need it. He's sitting in P8 right now, up 7 positions from where he started. He was very upset with his quali, but still, making the best of a bad situation is Vadik. Yellow flags. Ricardo Sapien involved with Drew Burakovsky. I think Ricardo had maybe come in. I don't think these two had an initial contact. Oh, maybe. They're very close on track. I think Drew Burakovsky just loses it here, though. We'll see if there's contact. We're coming now into Poo on the back end, already stepping out, and Ricardo with nowhere to go. He actually avoided the contact. Incredible. That was incredible reaction speeds from Ricardo Sapien, managing to, like I say, make the best of a bad situation. He was in P14, now in P12. Doing all right to make that ground back up from where he started. Or get back where he started, rather. Wilson Fernandez, outside line again. Doesn't work for him. He didn't go to the booth to get extra practice? That very well could be. As it was, well, also he could have just went to he probably just went to quali because, yeah, the session started much earlier than expected, I will say. Man rotated at the chicane. Well, yes. Practice doesn't always make perfect, but it does help. We have Darren Thomas in the pits. Not sure if that's because of sustained damage or what. Very early, though, to come in before the hour mark. Is going to be suffering on those tires later on in the race. We're following along with Steven Music. Currently 14th. Oh, what is going on here? Devin Anthony side by side with Zane Blisket. Zane was ahead at this engagement and no longer. Oh, but a big moment there for Devin Anthony. Is he going to hold on? It looks like he will. Oh, but he's all over. Devin severely overdriving this car. Is he overdriving it too much? Seems like he's gotten it back together. Zane Blisket relinquished to 20th. Down a few drivers with 28 remaining here tonight. Still, decent turnout. If anyone is interested, of course, in joining, !SimGrid, you can find the link right there, as well as our Discord. You can find any updates there, chat with admins, chat with whoever, as we have loads of people that are just in this community, just to have a good time. They join in, do some races together, practice together, and try to help each other improve. It's overall, like I say, very warm and very, very warm community. So I'd highly recommend if you are looking to get into the Simracing League environment, TRACKILICIOUS is a good spot to start. As we offer not only just GT3 events, we have, of course, our Rookie Series, we have Reverse Grid, and we have some one-off fun events coming up very soon. So look forward to everything that is to come. And follow us on SimGrid. Of course, if you follow on SimGrid, you can find anything up to date that we post. And we, of course, in the near future, look forward to, well, other, things in the future, obviously. So follow. Casey Schutte battling with Zane Blisket. Zane going backwards, it seems, right now. And Kevin Rivera asking what the Fox would say. He'd say, I need to find some pace. This isn't working out. Currently, I think what Zane is thinking, at the very least. With a 222.1 last time around, it is not good enough to beat the 220 of Casey Schutte. But, as we've said before, it's one thing to catch, it's another thing to overtake. Now here at Spa, shouldn't be that much of an issue. Casey getting a little eager. Maybe just keeping him honest, to be honest. The back end there stepping out of that Porsche. Grip is already gone, it seems. And Casey not running an AC/DC wrap? You're right. I wonder if I just don't have the livery. That's because he's using a Reckless Racing. Did he not upload his livery? I wonder if he didn't upload. The Target-inspired livery, I guess, even though there is a Target Lamborghini, it's not to be confused with that one. No, I think that's actually just a, yeah, I think they were missing that livery, unfortunately. And a hydrate from Kevin, good idea. As I've only been talking for not even 15 minutes and my voice is already starting to go away. Wilson Fernandez battling for 6th. These two, I'd love to see the two Audis so inseparable. H2O, it's too late, Kevin. It was Monster. We need the Monster. There is probably H2O in the Monster, maybe. I can't tell if it's petroleum based or not. Certainly tastes of it. And I'm pretty sure you can power an Audi on it. So, you never know, to be honest. Yes, Dan, you definitely, if you have a sore throat, you should not be commentating, which I'm glad you're... Well, I'm not glad you're not, but I'm glad you're not, if you know what I mean. You get better so we can get you back in the booth. If we keep you sick, we can't, you know, it don't work like that. Looking back at Steven Tomazic. Steven is in P19. He's up 2 positions from where he started. Oh, interesting, Kevin. Very fascinating. Another fascinating statistic is Jelson Cruz up 19 positions, our biggest winner by far here tonight. Now, of course, he is a little out of sequence. Some driver, actually, no, not really any drivers have made their pit stops yet. So, no, he is on merit in P12. Jacob Church in chat. That doesn't seem right. You're supposed to be out on track. Oh, side by side once again, Steven Tomazic, Casey Schutte. And Casey Schutte able to keep it for now. Jacob, are you in the GT3 series? Oh, that was me. I was just trying to find if you were or not. Seems like, oh, no, you're not. Interesting. I thought you were. Fair enough. The one Bigley Porsche has just been lapping this track in my mind then, that's all. I'm just seeing things. Oh, big send from Casey, but oh no, Zane outbroke himself. Or was there a car... Okay, we need to go back and see that. What happened? Was there a car spun in this chicane? That was what I really want to see. I don't think there was. At the helicam angle. So Casey with a send and a half on the outside here. Oh, but yeah, Casey just gets boxed out so hard there. Steven says, nah, I don't want anything to do with this, and just comes into the pits. The P-Cup race was so fast, I thought it was GT3. True. True. Yes, Dan, I agree. Oh, Sambo, you're right. I got octane running through my veins. That sounds so good. Whoa, Devin Anthony. Well, careful. Okay, that was a very interesting attempted rejoin, but luckily not endangering anybody else, just himself. Now, let's see. Was this an unforced error? It looks to be. Devin Small Block Anthony, a case of too much grass. Kind of just drove straight off the track there a little bit. I wonder if there was something technical that happened. That was a very odd one. The left turn into... Yes! It's kind of what I'm thinking as well. Yeah, I'm not sure how they ended up over there. But, hey, Devin Small Block Anthony, everybody. Wilson Fernandez, I'm going to say this probably at least 100 times tonight, still trying to dispatch Quinn Smith. Not even, this is so entertaining. The two Audis, Quinn just holding on. And it's funny because Wilson is almost consistently quicker. Last time around, it's dead even lap times as far as I'm concerned. It was just like less than half a tenth difference. And McLarens are having quite the turn of events tonight. Yes, it may be the fastest car on track, but you have to keep it on track for that dream to become a reality. So far, Andrei Porshakov has done a stellar job of that. In fact, pulled 14 seconds over Ollie Raza, which is insane. Ollie is basically in a race of his own right now, or he's hot lapping as far as we're concerned in P2. Back to the two Audis. Both 5.2 naturally aspirated V10s. Now, there's quite a few of those on the grid here tonight. Of course, the Lamborghini also takes the exact same engine. Though the Lamborghini... Wow, Lamborghini with a terrible showing tonight. Currently, Vidic is the lead Lamborghini in P13. That is not quite where the Charging Bulls wanted to be tonight. Yeah, you're probably right, Dan. But I don't know, though. Wilson's had a few looks onto Quinn Smith. He definitely knows, because Wilson knows he's quicker. He has kept up with him time and time again. He just can't quite make the overtake happen. Yeah, but you don't sit that close to the car in front of you if you're saving tires. That is how you wear through your tires extremely quick. Send to the outside. I don't think he is holding back whatsoever, is Wilson Fernandez. Is going to take the inside line for the second part of the corner, but Quinn should have a much better exit. Is going to have the wider berth on it. Gets on the throttle side by side as they come across the line, less than a tenth of a second separating them. Now into the first quarter, Quinn Smith of the inside. It's going to be Wilson on the out. He has to go very late on the brakes to get the overtake. There was a little tap and a little wiggle, I think. Quinn Smith is going to get a much worse exit as we head down towards the Eau Rouge Radion complex. And I think finally Wilson Fernandez has done it. There may have been a little bit of rubbing, but it seems to be done and dusted. Whoa, Quinn Smith straight lining that as well. So finally, Wilson Fernandez unleashed with clean air in front of him, but can Quinn Smith answer back? I think Quinn's going to need to do it relatively quickly because Wilson, I think, has the pace. Is he sticking with him? Very close. They come through Brussels now into No Name. Not much separating the two drivers as it has been for the whole time. That was a stellar overtake, to be fair, yes. Wilson Fernandez really showing that he has the pace. And I will say, though, that I still think there was a little contact that might have been... I don't think the stewards are going to have any word on it. They may, you never know, but... Quinn, also just a hard racer. I don't think he would even report that. Quinn just knows what the what's on the cards now, what's on the table, and what they can, what's acceptable, to say the least. You wish the toe was stronger in GT3s? I think it's, I don't know. I feel like it's pretty good as it is, especially on tracks like Paul Ricard. It would just be too strong, because it's already very strong there, obviously, with the 1.1 mile long straight. Also, a development for our podium positions, Bruno Pio up in P4, battling with the likes of Christian Rousseau. Christian Rousseau in the Jolly Rancher. Oh, what has happened here? Anton and it looked like Steven have had a coming together. We're side by side now. Anton on the inside, Steven on the out. Oh, that one is definitely going to be looked at by the stewards. That was just the case of both drivers. Well, one opened their wheel, one closed it, and they met in the middle. Might be chalked up to a racing incident, as that's tough. That's a tough one. I definitely would not... I don't favor the stewards' jobs tonight. And wind is also, yes, a very underworked feature in ACC. That is very true. And the wind currently is at 1 kph, so no wind whatsoever. Kevin Yu also getting overtaken by Ricardo Sapien. Ricardo back on the charge. He was up in P8, trying to make that up. Even with the wind doesn't go over 10 kph, yeah. I will say the wind is very not great in this game. Out of all the things it does that are great, the wind not quite represented fine, but I think that's such a little detail. Of course it would be nice, but also, you know, it's not necessary. That one I'm not too mad at Kunos for not having. Rather snow. I don't think that's going to happen, Kevin. GT doesn't race in the snow. That'd be fun, though, but maybe not with, you know, $500,000 machinery. And right along with Kevin Yu. A man can dream, fair enough. Respect. Right along here with Kevin Yu for a little bit, as he is right on that rear bumper of Sapien. Coming to the line now. Once again, a lovely engine sound of the McLaren Evo 2. Why don't we give it just a little bit of a listen? I love these cars in ACC. That is just music to my ears. You can hear it bogged down slightly as they crest the Kemmel Hill. And the car just able to pick that back up. Of course, the McLaren, one of my favorite cars on the planet, to be honest. The car is absolutely incredible. Rocking a 4.0 liter twin turbo V8 with about, according to the McLaren website, I'm going to be honest, I don't fully buy this, but it is right from the McLaren themselves, rocking 710 brake horsepower, with 770 Newton meters of torque. I don't buy it, but those are the numbers that they put on their website, so it's what I wrote down. Stefan, oh no. Did you actually, Stefan? Is that true? 'Cause if so, that's not good. I mean, I believe it. I don't think you'd just say that, but that's, oh no! Oh no! Vadik! Let's take a look. What has happened? Oh my goodness, Stefan. Eric the Boss Kakasian has physically wounded you. Eric's gonna feel terrible. Oh man. So is Vadik after that. Vadik with one of the slowest crashes in history. Lethal FPS, welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a lovely evening, afternoon, or morning wherever you are in this fine world as well. Man, what do you mean, Dan? Don't run the force feedback so high. You got to go for that realism, you know? You got to have a workout. No, I also have my DD cranked up, so I... It's the, you want the, it's the more feel. Only 12 to 14? I mean, that's up there. I think I run mine at 14, if I'm not mistaken. But actually, I don't remember. Maybe I run it at more. I don't remember. It's been a while. Darren Thomas here. Oh my goodness. Did that break anything? What just happened? Nope, nothing is broke. Okay, lovely. That was absolutely terrifying. We're good. Darren Thomas on the charge in a battle with Eric Kakasian. Let's hope Darren can keep his wrists. As Eric here. Third time? Oh my goodness. Maybe you should lower your force feedback a little bit. Stefan, that's... Ay. Physical, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, but... Late night racing, and yes, it most certainly is. Good day from Australia. I don't think it's day for you, though, is it, sir? Welcome, welcome, but... It's got to be like, what, 4 a.m. or something? 2 a.m.? Somewhere around there? No, that's UK. That's like 11:30 or something, maybe midnight. The next day, though, I don't know. It's late night. You're not as strong as 20 years ago, Stefan. That's fair. 1:45 in Sydney right now. That is a late night racer. Hey, Steven. That's all good. Hey, Steven, if you want to... You're more than... I understand. I understand if you don't want to, but you're more than welcome to join me if you want. So that is on the table if you want. If you want to grab a drink real quick, come back in a couple minutes. I'll take the help if you want to. You do not have to by any means, but you are welcome. I understand, Steven. It hasn't been your day for racing, that's for sure. Darren Thomas, they're a little bit deep into the bus stop. Not a good idea? Yeah, no, Steven, I understand. If you decide different in like 15 minutes or even 30 minutes, feel free. Just let me know. But, yeah, I understand if you don't. That's as me yesterday, of course, on my flight home. Just an absolutely terrible day yesterday, so I understand. Please tell me that we stream ACC on Xbox as well. Late Night Racing, I hate to break it to you, but unfortunately we are PC only here at TRACKILICIOUS. Now, if you do want some... Ooh, actually, I don't think they're running leagues right now on PC or on Xbox. They may be. If I take a look at our friends over at Box 3, they used to. I'm not sure they do currently. I'm thinking... yes, Box 3. Here we go, there we go. They run Xbox and PS3 events, but I'm not sure if they are right now. That's something to look into, though. Our friends over at Box 3 Motorsports, definitely check them out. course, Steven, who raced in a box 3 race earlier, also didn't quite... Yeah, it's just not quite Steven's day today. Yeah, no problem, let's try that again. No problem, late night racing. Don't know why my brain decided to break there. But we do have a bit of a field spread on the grid currently. Drivers getting further and further apart. Quinn Smith has... Actually, that's due to the fact that we are about halfway through the pit phase. I've just been looking at chat this whole time. Didn't even realize the fact that most of our cars have already come in and served their 1 mandatory stop here tonight, and every single driver, barring Rally Dutchy, has taken tires. Well, that's fascinating. Ali Raza in, Emmy in, and Wilson in. So everybody coming in around this time as we are about that halfway point. Slow crawl down the pit lane for the drivers. It's an invalid invite. Ooh, good call. All right. Thank you for letting me know that. Let's get that changed right now. Let me get you a valid one. Let's get one that does not expire. There we go. There is the new link. Why does that... Interesting. So it's not... Huh. Okay. Anyways, that link should work. Please let me know if it does. Definitely it should. I'll get that updated as well over on Nightbot. Let's get that done real quick. You see Professor Kenotis in the pits. We don't want to see that, though. Let's get some action. Eric Gakosian chasing down Darren Thomas. Also, Stefan, I hope you feel better, buddy. That sucks. Wow, I'm the top chatter? That's embarrassing. What I get for doing all the commands, I guess. But still. We can get that updated real quick. Cheers, it worked. Awesome, awesome. There we go. Has now also been updated on Nightbot. Pizza and ibuprofen? That's, hell yeah, brother. That's all I have to say to that. I love it. That's a great mentality to have. What is going on here? Why is there 1 second between... Oh, because G. Stevens hasn't made a pit stop. Okay, that makes sense. Well, the Fuchsia competition driver with a lovely debut up in P2 is the only driver yet to pit, though. But still, up in P2. We have crested that halfway point down to the 40 minutes, 53 seconds left in this race. Oh, yes. I don't, I can imagine so, Stefan, I can imagine so. That's, I hope you take it easy the rest of the night and feel better, man. And enjoy the stream as well. Thank you for tuning in, I appreciate that, of course. Not necessary by any means, but thank you to everyone. It's awesome. I absolutely love the community that we have here. You guys are so incredible. Keeping me entertained during these races for the most part, especially in these phases. You know, we're in a bit of a lull right now. Of course, the drivers working their ways back up. Pit phase has just worked itself out. Andrei Porshikov leading the way with Ali Raza, gonna be in P2, and Christian Rousseau gonna be in P3. G. Stevens currently just out a little bit longer than the rest of the drivers. In fact, out than any other driver on track, in fact. What the heck is Stromboli? Dan with the hydrate. We'll give you some H2O on this one. I know that's been requested. Thank you so much, Lethal. It's people like you guys that really make, like I say, that stick around for the long run. I know we have a lot of seasoned lurkers in here as well. Big shout out to all of the lurkers. You guys are awesome. Get a little lurk love in chat. Can we? Let's see if we can get that. Is there any lurkers in chat? I'd love to see that. But yes, thank you so much for everyone being here. Hope you're all having a lovely evening, afternoon, or morning, wherever you are in this fine world. Of course, I'm Mike Nause in the booth. We have a little battle as well developing between Emmy Emirates and Quinn Smith. It's 1.5 seconds is the gap currently, but Emmy has been absolutely rapid. You've ever heard... Okay, I've had a calzone, but what the heck is a stromboli? Hold on, we gotta Google this. Yes, we got... Stromboli. Oh, it looks bomb. I think I've had one of those before. Maybe. I don't know if I have. It's like a fancy Hot Pocket. Right? Is that a fair description of it? It's like what a Hot Pocket aspires to be. Now the real question is a stromboli a sandwich? That's a good callback, but no, we don't need to get into that again. Also, apparently, Stromboli it's an island. Interesting. It's a Greek island. Fair enough. Things that you learn here at Trackalicious. Yeah, basically sick. Yo, I love a fancy Hot Pocket. That sounds incredible. A calzone is an Italian taco? Yo! Is it a taco or a burrito, though? That's the question. Now I need to... See, I know what a calzone is, but I need to Google it to look at it. Because it's sealed, right? So... Is it a taco? Because tacos, I think, are... It's got to be a burrito, right? It's an Italian burrito. We've gone off the rails, chat. We've officially... The rails are gone. We see an overtake attempt from Emmy Emirates. Didn't quite happen. Quinn Smith able to hold on for now. But this train has been thoroughly derailed. Emmy, hot on the chase. Should have the overspeed here. Actually, I think lifted. I think had to lift or would have went into the back there of Quinn Smith. Or is it more of an enchilada? Now, what is an enchilada? That's the question. Send down the inside. Emmy Emirates actually somehow got that done. That's incredible. We're getting into the culinary enduro. That's going to be a good special event. Who can... No. We are really off the rails at this point. I mean, which is fine. I won't, like I say, if there's ever a time to be off the rails, it's probably now. But we are also returning with some action. G. Stevens back out on track behind Drew Burakovsky. G. Stevens not too far behind either. Ricardo Sapien gaining on Kevin Yu. These are all definitely coming up in the future, so keep an eye out. As maybe it is just maybe I think we established before, isn't a calzone just a calzone? Now that I think about it. Good race and talking about food. How can you stop that? True. I'm gonna have some fried chicken a little later tonight. But still, you know, thinking a little bit too far ahead at this point, I think. A lot of these drivers are probably... They might be thinking the same thing at this stage. As it is a... We have 40... Wait, we have 26 cars on track? What happened to everybody? We started with much more than that, I'm pretty sure. Down to 26. If you guys are interested in joining this league, I'd highly recommend doing so. Also, drive-through penalty picked up for Jelson Cruz. That is going to be the first one tonight of presumably many. I predict a few more by the end of the night. 34 minutes, 49 seconds left to go. I think there's definitely some in store for these drivers. Ricardo, struggling to gain. This is it's just people being patient right now, I think, and biding their time and waiting. Ali Raza, wow, 24 seconds behind Andrei Porshakov. Porshakov is on another level right now. That's insane. Andrei Porshikov, may you call him the Beast from the East. My goodness, this guy is incredible. This is the flag. What is that? It's an unknown flag, unfortunately, but still incredible. Fried chicken with slaw and fries to the winner and see if poll doesn't change. Look, now we're going to get into a debate once again here that I think most people probably coleslaw, I'll take it or leave it. I'll leave it, actually. I take that back. No, I'm not going to take it. I don't want coleslaw. Just give me extra fries. Coleslaw is not my thing. I don't like lettuce, as it is, coleslaw reminds me of rabbit food, so does lettuce. I mean, you know, typically, I like to eat human food myself, which is a very unpopular opinion. Forzy, welcome. Joining at a perfect time. We are thoroughly derailed and talking about food once again. Oh, Ricardo Sapien, though, with a move on to Kevin Yu. Maybe. He was gaining. That was actually a back marker there that we're getting by. Next up will be Kevin Yu. As we have, though, 0.8 of a second separating these two drivers. Christian Rousseau also on the podium. I kind of forgot to mention that. He is our third place right now. But not too much changing. Now, it has been a dominant race for the McLaren. I think that is a very obvious statement. However, it is not as dominant as I think we would have expected in terms of the rest of the field. One driver really getting the grips with it and able to push, well, a bit harder than everyone else, but seemingly the McLaren, not quite what I would have expected. Of course, it's had some big BOP changes in LFM. Hey, Forzy, don't apologize about that. It's all good. Of course, Ashley Forrester in the lovely Alpha Tauri livery right now? No, hang on. Yes, Aston Martin, Alpha Tauri. What are you driving right now? I forgot. Ricardo not able to get the move done. Had a look. Now, Toro Rosso. Okay, yes, it is the Toro Rosso. Wait, Toro Rosso, not Alpha Tauri. That's right. You're the Alpha Tauri, Aston Martin. The BMW was the Red Bull, and the McLaren is the Toro Rosso. Yes. We've gotten there in the end. Looking around here for some action. That's not much to find. What is going on? This is a very... I'm actually kind of surprised. I mean, I get it. Spa-Francorchamps, of course, is a bigger track. I guess you're more natural to spread out. But this is a bit more than I would have thought. Regardless, I hope everyone, like I say, is having a lovely evening, afternoon, or morning, wherever you guys are in this fine world. Of course, next week we have Watkins Glen, a 30-45 doubleheader. We'll definitely see some action there. And to round out our season, of course, we have a 90-minute enduro at Bathurst. Bathurst is going to be our season finale this time around, which is very close in the future, actually. We have December 10th and then December 17th, and then we have a little bit of a break off, of course, for Christmas. Welcome back, Stefan. Welcome back. Did you get more pizza? Yes, for the Alpha Tauri got rebranded after Toro Rosso, and now Alpha Tauri is being rebranded to something else next year, which who knows? Ah, you love to hear it, Stefan. There you go. That's a good pain medication. Oh, just not too much, but yes. Ricardo in P13. P10, 1.3 seconds behind. My apologies. Didn't say the right thing there. Prefer Toro Rosso? See, I actually like AlphaTauri because I think their clothing is actually pretty good. I really like the clothing line that AlphaTauri has to put on. It's super my style. Basic and like mildly elegant. It's absolutely, I'd love, especially Nick DeVries. I gotta say, out of all the things that Nick DeVries did well, he wore the AlphaTauri clothing very good. Don't take that out of context, but still. Should have started before the race. No need for that. No drinking and driving. That's definitely don't support that, even in sim. I mean, I know, you know, it's sim, but still, you're still driving with other people. That's, yeah. I still like Forzy's idea of offering fried chicken to the winner. That sounds like a good one. Ollie Raza, though, with 25 seconds behind. It's so tight. They're so tough. Bring back Beer League. That's a throwback. There we go. Full onboard lap for Kevin Yu. Let's get that. That's a great idea. Kevin Yu actually going to be beginning his lap right now. And pop on board here with the number 95 McLaren. Attacking now towards the first corner. Has about a 4-second gap to CJ Engine in front of him. About 2 seconds behind to Ricardo Sapien. Now looking at the brakes there into the first quarter. Very conservative line. Can get a bit closer to the wall, but of course we are just in that race pace mode right now. Not wanting to push the boundaries to the nth degree, but still wanting to catch up with CJ, so needs to get a hurry up on. Now, the Eau Rouge Radion complex flat out. Does remain flat out. Now climbing the hill, 0.65 miles here. 0.65 of a mile. Now for the heavy braking zone into the Lacombe chicane. Your brakes very cold. Hard to get the car stopped. Tires as well, going to be at their lower temperatures. Whoa, big moment there. Kevin holds on to it. Now into Rivage. Gets nice and close to the curb. Rides that inside line. Oh, one thing I'm seeing, Ricardo Sapien getting ever closer in that rearview mirror. Nice no-name corner there. Gets on the throttle very early. Rockets away from Ricardo. Next up is going to be Pouon. Tilts it in. Onto the hammer again very early. Now Kevin showing some supreme confidence with that McLaren. Not quite resulting in great position gain. I will say he's driving superb, but that just goes to show the caliber of field that is in this race here tonight. Of course, CJ Engine, Quinn Smith, Emmy Emirates, a driver that's new to Trackalicious, very, very rapid. Wilson Fernandez needs no introduction. And plenty others as well, of course, in this top 10. Kevin, though, with a few more quarters to go to complete his 4.3 mile lap here. And yes, that was extremely good timing for Izzy. You want to see more Vadik? You can always redeem an onboard. Oh, big moment there. Talking about aggressive. Kevin, that was probably the only mistake that he made on that lap. He was half a second slower than his quickest lap. The 2:19.3. Of course, my brain's so used to ones. There's not many tracks that you have 2-minute lap time, Spa being one of the few. I hope the insurance company fixes my Nissan GTR. Oh man, insurance for a Nissan GTR has to be ridiculously expensive. Of course, that car, 3.8 liter twin turbo V6, very interesting car. You can pick one up yourself for just over $500,000. You're looking at about $550,000 to get yourself a 2018 Nismo GTR GT3. Now, if that's not quite in your price range, you can always look even further ahead at the Porsche 992, which is even more expensive. Or, in fact, the Mercedes AMG, I think, topping the price charts by a good margin at $620,000, the AMG. And we have one of those out tonight with the behind-the-wheel CJ engine. Kevin's running a controller? Is he? No, he's not. Oh, no, is he? No, he's not. There is a driver using a controller, though, tonight. No, there isn't. He was in the race earlier. I was commentating. Excuse me. Jace Wright, the controller king, not in this session. My apologies. I don't see any controller users in here that I know of. Rally? No, Rally has a wheel. 99% sure. Yeah. Rally definitely has a wheel. We lost the Haggerty sponsorship a while ago. Jace was in the session but dropped out. Oh, okay. Yeah, we've had a lot of dropouts. There's 26 drivers left. How many did we start with? 34? 35? We started with quite a few tonight. 31, I guess, is the number that I'm seeing. Is it 31? Sambo, if you haven't seen Jace Wright drive, you are missing out. You definitely need to tune in for that because he is an absolute wonder with that controller. Top 10 driver easily. He is going to be getting a wheel soon, though, so his clout is going to be reduced. He's no longer going to be the controller king. He will always be in our hearts, but he will be reduced to just one of those peasant wheel players, you know? Hey, no problem, Stefan. Appreciate it. Nelson Cruz was dead last at the start. Oh, man. Maybe Sambo will move up to controller god next. Now you're talking, Hazari. Who's I'm not sure. Is that an I or an L at the end? I can't tell. But welcome. Controller brothers. Oh no. Yes, he is. He is moving to join the, as I said, the peasants of this. No, obviously he's joining the real. He's getting a controller. He's getting rid of that and moving on to bigger and better prospects. So. Oh no, I'm having too much fun racing on keyboard and mouse. I think Eric did that for a while, Eric Gakasi, and he's currently sitting in P20. Oh my goodness! Holy smokes! Devin Anthony and Daniel Volkov were attempting to make another baby car. Side by side, the two McLarens. Now this is how 560Ss are made, everybody. Watch closely as, wow, the number 10 car gets extremely out of shape and a momentary phase in time. That is a devastating blow for both drivers, and Daniel can't even recover. That is, I can't even turn the wheel. The wheel is just turned. Yeah. Dan, that'll buff right out. Yeah, Sharpenberry. You have a really good buffer if that's the case. Nicely done there for Fadik. Dispatches Professor Chronotis. Wasn't too much of a battle there. Yeah, the mechanics, they're going to have to get their sledgehammers out. I'm sure y'all have seen that NASCAR. Y'all, oh God, what? I'm from the West Coast. I don't say that. I'm sure y'all have seen the video of the sledgehammers being brought down on the NASCAR. It's quite classic. And then there's the man who also body slams the hood of the NASCAR. You know, there's some good NASCAR pit clips, and that is going to be pretty much what the mechanics are trying to do. Actually, that was Super GT, wasn't it? Now that I think about it, the dude that landed on the front of there, pile drove the car in the front end. I think that was Super GT. But regardless of what it was, it's hilarious. Emmy Emirates also catching up with Wilson Fernandez. Ricardo Sapien, though, closest to Kevin. Used to be car dealers that did that. You know. I'm all the way on the West Coast, Stefan, over by Seattle. I'm a very far away from Des Moines. Nicely done. Emmy Emirates here. Wilson Fernandez. Switchback attempt. Ooh, got on the curb a little too early. The McLaren not going to be liking that. Oh, you're right, Dan. It was V8 Supercars. You're 100% right. That was back in the days when they had Holdens, too. Back in the days. That was a couple months, a couple years ago, but still. Oh, Des Moines. Yes. Yes. Yeah. I'm very close, actually, to that, but we can talk later on that. I don't want to go too deep into that, obviously, on stream. Feel free to message me, though, Stefan. Emmy Emirates side by side with Wilson Fernandez. Inside line is had. This should be done and dusted. The overspeed is there, and Wilson not able to hold on this time, unfortunately. The Vacuum Racing Brazilian driver dispatched down into P6. Also, battles have heated right back up. Side by side for the sister cars, Drew Burakovsky and G. Stevens. G on the inside, a little bit deep off the track. That's going to compromise the line. Parks it right in the middle. Both drivers, nobody knows what to do. What? Casey played that so patient. He got a position on Drew Burakovsky. I think he easily could have taken Stevens on that one. He didn't this time. Steven now into the first corner. Big send from Burakovsky, and he keeps it on track. What a battle. We're having a three-way bout here. The two sister cars getting involved as well. We're seeing G. Steven walk away a little bit here from this pack, but I think they'll catch back up soon enough. Casey Schutte on the outside, gonna turn to the inside. He needs to go late enough though. Oh, gets squeezed a bit. There's enough room for him though. He keeps it on track, but a nice defense there from Burakovsky holds on for now. And Casey, ruthless. He wants P16. He's battling like it's the last lap for P1. This is incredible. Jelson Cruz also having some fun behind with Darren Thomas. We'll have to check in with that. Darren in the warm suit BMW, the Midnight Special. Under threat. The inside line had for Jelson Cruz. This should be pretty much done, yeah. Darren left that line for Jelson Cruz there, and Jelson says thank you very much, sends it on the inside and does what the Porsche does best, and stops the car. Back to this battle, though, where Drew is not letting Casey by, and this is allowing G. Steven to walk away. He's 3 seconds ahead. Casey is going to be fuming right now. I know Casey, not quite a driver to really get fuming, but in terms of just pure dedication, oh my goodness. Are we going to see a squeeze here through Puon? No. Thankfully, we don't. Oh, we do, actually. Wow. Ooh. Yes, we do. That was a bit rude, but, you know, all's fair in love and war, I guess. Devin, oh no. Yeah, we unfortunately caught you with your mating attempt, and that was less than ideal. I have no idea who was at fault for that either. It was just funny to watch, the result, that's all. The actual incident, not quite as much fun. Casey just cannot get by Drew. He used to be, like I say, he's not a driver to get upset, but he's a driver to get very, very, what's the word? Upset, let's be honest. He wants this position, and he is going to take it. I assure you this. Casey, a very clean driver, though, so he's not going to go for anything too rash, I would predict. We also have Kevin Yu and Ricardo Sapien. Now, Ricardo made this overtake a few laps ago. Kevin is stuck with him, and now 4/10 behind. He was just on that rear bumper. Not quite able to make anything happen, though, as it stands. Oh, okay, Devin. That makes sense. Yeah, that sucks, because that was a big one. Both of you guys got absolutely annihilated. That was huge. Oh no, speaking of, G. Stevens, who was walking away. I think Drew Burakovsky was helping him out quite a bit. Now let's see what has happened. An unforced error through No Name. And I'd imagine typically when you mess up here, you're going to have a pretty big hit with the barrier as well. Wow, he didn't. Oh, he did. Yeah, he did. Light tap. Does kill the car, manages to get it restarted. When we resume, we're going to be side by side, Casey Schutte and Drew Burakovsky here. And Casey Schutte is going to get the overtake. We definitely need to go back and see that. So Casey here. Through Puon, we just exited, now heading towards the Fangnas. Outside line being picked. Going for the full send. Full commitment there from Casey Schutte. Takes the inside line for the second part, runs him out of track, and nicely done. Textbook overtake from Casey. And a hydrate from Devin. Sounds good. Probably need that. Is my voice going away that much? Drew's in. Huh? Why? Not enough fuel? Not enough fuel. It has to be it. Well, that battle's done. Sharpenberry, great. Thank you, thank you. Also, Hazari, thank you as well. Everyone, I'm running out of hydration here. I got plenty of Monster left. Water, we're sipping, we're dry there, unfortunately. I have no idea, though, why we saw that pit stop there from Burakovsky. Oh, no! Jelson Cruz! What has happened? Is that what you said? Devin, what did you just call Cruz out for here? Cruz just... Did you kill Cruz? Oh, he pulled a Lando Norris! Just about. He didn't end up on the left-hand side. He ends up on the right-hand wall, but still bottoms out on the right-hand Radion curb there. Thought he was going in the left there for a moment, but he managed to, well, have the better off of the two. Oh, full onboard lap. I didn't see that. Oh, man, I got mixed up in the hydrates. It was a full onboard lap for Cruz. Congratulations, Devin. You have officially... cursed Jelson. I hope you're happy. Jelson Cruz looking fairly intact though. Coming through Puon right now. Okay, well, a bit wide. Eric Gakassian. Oh no, that's Ollie Raza, excuse me, in P2. Making easy work of that. Eric 35 seconds behind. Yeah, exclamation mark curse, but not for chat. No, excuse me. Yeah, no, we don't have one for chat. I don't think chat needs one. No offense, chat. That's a rare occurrence. That was honestly, you got him good too, Cruz or Devin. Jelson, I think he did it literally as he crashed. Like that was perfect. Flat out all the way. You can hear the flat six Porsche just screaming down the back straight. Now into the braking zone. Up ahead, Darren Thomas, but he is going to be 13 seconds up, or excuse me, actually I have no idea how far up the road it is. My timing not quite telling me that. But it's a good ways, I assure you that. That is Ollie Raza in front, 3.5 seconds ahead, so we're looking at a good margin. Looking, though, at Kevin Yu, currently in P10, chasing Ricardo still. That has not gone away, and that might not go away till the end of this checkered flag falls, so definitely one to keep an eye on. I think Ricardo has what it takes to keep that P9, but if he puts a foot wrong at any point in time, I definitely would expect Kevin to capitalize. Thank you so much, Devin. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for the 5 bits, or 4 bits. Absolutely awesome. Thank you all for your continued support here. You guys are so incredible. So thank you. Thank you so much. I'm gonna be drowning. Wait, oh, downing them. I'm not dyslexic at all, I promise. I need more octane in my veins. It's gonna be like my new motto. I like that. Stephen Buckley yet to pick because he's retired from the session. Yes. That's just, looking for things. Saw the one and it scared me. The number one, it often scares me. It's one of my biggest fears. Oh, I scared myself there. No. We're running dry on content here, guys. Jim Beam Peach. Wow. That sounds almost dangerous. Oh my. You might forget what you're drinking there for a little bit. But Vadik chasing Steven Music down in the final 10 minutes. It's been 90 minutes of this race. 26 drivers remaining. Started off with 31. I didn't know that was a thing either, to be fair. Yeah, it's true. But I mean, they got all sorts of different flavors nowadays of everything. Which is good, because, you know, I don't like alcohol, personally. At least the taste of it. But nonetheless, Vadik in P13, trying to make that a 12. Is very unlikely he finds the back of Anton Was in P11. That's going to be a bit of a stretch. It's doable. Definitely doable with 22 seconds. Oh, yeah, I mean, it's if he makes some mistakes. Anton would have to have a pretty big spin and a collision with the barrier for that to become a reality here. And Vadik still needs to get by Steven. That's also his first obstacle. So a bit of a challenge at play here, no doubt, for the Fuchsia Competition driver. But that's been really the story, I think, for Fuchsia Competition here tonight. It's been a bit of a struggle at Spa. We've seen some ups and we've seen some downs, you know. G. Stevens, on his debut race, up 13 positions from where he started. Now, unfortunately, he had that little spin, which dropped him a couple positions. He would have been up 16, I'm pretty sure. He would have been our biggest gainer. But now, instead, he's tied with Jelson for 13. Oh, and here we are, Vadik and Steven. They just had it, sir. Vadik had a little bit of an attempt. Didn't quite make it happen, though. Had a look. Sticking with him for now. Into that slipstream through the Eau Rouge Radion complex. Down and up the hill we go. Big usage of the curb there for the Fuchsia Competition, but it's going to get him a good exit. Both drive. Actually, Steven invalid this lap. I have no idea how Steven pushed track limits. Outside line being taken. The overspeed, though, is definitely there for Vadik. Wow. Fully ahead before we even reach corner entry. Before we even think about corner entry. That was a stellar overtake. Pure speed there from the likes of Vadik. And yeah, Stefan, unfortunately, liquor or alcohol in general just doesn't work with my stomach. I have a very upset stomach, and fortunately, I guess it is a fortunately, I can't really drink that much, so. Steven Music gonna be trying to come back at Vadik Stitsiev. Also, I missed a few follows. My apologies, everybody. Yeah, Ulas Tekel, I'm so sorry, I definitely mispronounced that. Thank you very much for the follow. Thank you to Xfinity1 for the follow. I'm assuming not the real Xfinity. Thank you to Tammy T. Twig for the follow, as well as Lord Medina, Bruno Fumaza, and then also thank you for Brandon for the raid earlier. Yeah, I missed so many follows. My goodness, I'm a terrible streamer today. Also, Jefferson Sempanoli, thank you, Sempaniol, thank you for the follow. Apologies on the mispronunciations, but thank you all so much for hitting that follow button. I've been very much neglecting that, and that's very unlike me. I'm not normally that bad at that. That's my bad. Can you show the driving camera? Yeah, absolutely. Why don't we do that? Why don't we give an onboard here of Porsche Cov we'll ride on board for a little bit here. This is our current race leader, our current race dominator, might we even say. You can see the windshield of that McLaren, though, is a bit dirty after lapping this Spa-Francorchamps, the Belgian countryside, for 90 minutes just about. Lovely crest of that final corner as we head down to the first corner again to complete lap 37 here. Yes, lap 36 on to 37. 2:17.3 last time around for Andrei Porsche, so still quali pace for this driver at the end of a race. That is incredible. Now down the hill we go, heading up the Eau Rouge Radion complex onto the Kemmel Straight, flat out the entire way, holding 6th gear. That is confidence. Andrei Porsche, he is not one to lift, clearly. That is, even with the lead that he has, doesn't want to play it safe. I love that. True confidence being shown. Now at the end of the 0.65 mile long straight, heavy braking zone into the Lecombe chicane, gets it slowed down in time, nice and easy, little squirt of the throttle to get the rotation. Wow, maximizing that minimum speed is Andrei Porsche, ripping through the exit of, that was incredible speed that he carried through. Now into Brussels or Rivage, heading towards No Name. Nice and conservative line through No Name, definitely a little bit deep there. We're currently 4/10 down on our fastest lap, so this is a conservative, wow. This is Andrei going slow, everybody. This is incredible. It's a sight to be seen. Now through Pouhon, early on the throttle. Not too early, though. ABS of 2, traction control of 5 in the McLaren. Interesting, now the TC2, wait a second. Wait a second. Is this the... Yeah, this is the Evo. Wait. Hang on. This isn't an Evo, is it? Chat. Is this the old McLaren? This is the old McLaren. Wow, we've been in this race for 90... Hang on. I can check SimGrid. We need some confirmation on this before I draw any rash conclusions. That does draw the conclusion, though, to the onboard lap there from Andrei Porsche. But I need to check something.
Leaders on the final lap now.
Check the front high beam lights. Yeah, I thought that it had rear sticky outy bits. It has the front sticky outy bits. Yes, hang on. We're gonna go Andrei. Where is Andrei here? Andrei Porsche is in the Evo. Okay, it is the Evo. Why doesn't it say TC2 on the dash? It only has one traction control. It's odd. Huh, okay. I'm just crazy. Can I show the number 888? Yeah. It's not much of a battle. Wilson Fernandez, though, the vacuum Brazilian driver. We do have a bit of a battle between the number 99 here and 95 of Kevin Yu and Anton Wass. Kevin has been doing a great job keeping up with Ricardo for a very long time, but he's sort of fallen off the back there. You can see 2.5 seconds now is the separation between those two drivers. And Anton trying to claim victim to that here in the what is going to be his penultimate lap. They have one more lap to go here after this one. And Devin, you're a little bit late. Sorry. Well, I wish I could refund you that, but we'll get you in the next stream. All right, just remind me, please. It's a little bit late for that. Anton not able to make anything into the bus stop. And Eric as well, he's kind of on his lonesome. He's out in the no man's land in P19 right now. But up at the front, though, we'll get a little bit of a parade lap here for our race leader, Andrei Porsche, in the carbon fiber McLaren Evo 2. He's driven a stellar race so far. Fastest lap on the board, 2:17.3 for Andrei. And it's been an absolute masterclass. Didn't get pole position, or no, he did get pole position, excuse me. Started there and is going to finish there. Andrei Porsche to the line. And it will be the race win. Nicely done for Andre, and a little bit of a flourish to boot. 360? Not quite, just a 180. Not even. The line next was Casey Schutte. Casey Schutte came across there in P15. There you go, nice. Casey made up a few positions. Up next, G. Stevens. A bit of a spread out field. We're going to keep an eye with this battle, though. Anton Wass and Kevin Yu. Ollie Raza will be coming across the line as well in P2. Christian Rousseau in third. But sticking with this, Anton, does he have what it takes? Not too many corners left to go. The AMG, can he get into the top 10? Kevin Yu not going to hand this position over, but we're going to see. I think this is going to go down to the bus stop, if I had to guess. Just a few more corners. Through the Fagnas into the Stavalos. Through them now. This is going to be everything for Anton. The second Stavalo, trying to get the best exit possible in the run down towards the Blanchimont. Did I call Blanchimont Pouon a few times? I think I did. Whoops. Definitely didn't mean that. I've just been doing the corner names off memory today, so. Big Send? Nope. Anton in the CJ Engine Works. Calls it where it is. P11 it's going to be. No spin for Kevin Yu at the end either, as we've seen drivers in the past have that happen. But P10 for Kevin Yu, P11 for Anton Wass. As I said, Ollie Raza in P3, Christian Rousseau in, or Ollie Raza in P2, Christian Rousseau in third. If we can get our drivers from the top three into the green room, that would be lovely. But as we have it, a few more drivers left to complete this race. Why don't we head back over to the booth for right now. Or, yes, we'll head back over to the booth for right now. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed, as we have our final few our final few drivers coming to the line here to finish up their race. Now we have it once again looking for our podium sitters. We're going to rudely drag Ollie Raza because he's Ollie Raza. I don't mind. And other than that, I'm not seeing anybody else in the Discord. So looking for Andre Porshkov and Christian Rousseau. If you guys are around, or if anyone knows and can tag them and get them into the Discord, that'd be lovely. But we are going to move into our post-race interviews. So let's get some replays up in the background while we wait. Andre Porshkov, dominant race this time around, it is to be said. Now, is that down to the McLaren? Some might say, but also, you never know. Andre, very quick boy. Pull up some replays here in the background. And we will get a word here from Ollie Raza. Ollie Raza, how are you doing?
I'm glad it's done.
Yeah, that was a very, well, you drove for a while there, didn't you?
Yeah, it was kind of a struggle for me because I actually have COVID right now, so
Oh my goodness.
not feeling well, but I just managed to pull through.
Well, good job there, Ollie. Finishing with a P2 as well. 30 seconds behind at the end there, just about. I got to say, credit to Rousseau got third. Credit to Porshkov there for really pulling out that pace. Now, do you think that was down to the McLaren, or do you think that was down to Porshkov?
A bit of both. I mean, I would say the McLaren is probably 7 to 8 tenths quicker, and he was going like a second quicker. So, yeah, probably he had 2 tenths on me as a driver, you could say, but I don't know. Other than that, yeah, the McLaren is just out of this world in Spa. There's nothing you could do.
Yeah, I mean, that's why hopefully next season we'll be looking into different BOPs, of course, but for now, it is what it is. And Ollie, though, congratulations on your P2. I won't keep you for much longer, as you probably don't want to talk too much. We're going to go instead here. We're going to head down to Christian Rousseau. Christian in the melted Jolly Rancher Porsche, managing to pull home a P3. How does it feel, brother?
Feels good. I think it's my first podium where I feel that I didn't make too many mistakes or take advantage of other people making mistakes. So I'm pretty happy. Pretty, I guess, lonely race. But at a certain point, I was pretty afraid of Bruno Pio. I think he had some issues at the pit stop. Otherwise, it would have been, I think, a pretty intense battle, as he was pretty fast at the end of the stint.
Yeah, actually, now that you mention it, just looking at the timings here, yeah, you were about 3 seconds quicker in the pit stop, and Bruno Pio finished 3 seconds behind you at the end of the race. So, yeah, that could have changed everything. That's interesting. So Bruno Pio just slightly off on the marks there. But still Christian with a podium, as you said, I think fully on merit as well. You drove a perfect race. It was a bit of a lonely one, not just for you. I think it was a bit of a lonely one for everyone out there tonight. But still, even with 26 drivers on the grid for the lowest, I will say there was not as much action as you would have expected, I think. Right, Christian?
Yeah, there was some pressure from Bruno Pio before the pit stop. I thought that I could maybe try to get some times away from Raza, but I think he was coasting. I think he could have. I saw it at the end of the race. I had some lost time, but I see that he's still quite a bit faster. But yeah, maybe I'll work on my craft, and eventually maybe I'll get him.
I gotta say, we've been seeing nothing but improvement from you so far, so I think that dream could become a reality, maybe even in the near future. I'd say just keep it up there.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys very much. We're going to call that here. You guys are all free to go, assuming let me just take, yeah, we don't have, unfortunately, from Porshikov, our race winner. We do not have an interview from him. Love to hear from him, but it's all good. Of course, they're all optional. Thank you so much for Ollie Raza, of course, with COVID finishing in P2, and Christian Rousseau in P3. Thank you to you guys.
Thanks.
And we are going to end off the stream here. Like, as I said, we're going to be raiding this time. I forgot to raid the past few times. Not this time. We're going to go and check out Led Hot Rod, who is driving in some of the most abysmal conditions you can ever imagine at Spa-Francorchamps. In fact, he just hit the throttle and crashed. So definitely check out Led Hot 70 here, because this looks really fun. I hope everyone had a lovely evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are in this fine world. Thank you all so much for being here, keeping me company on what was a little bit of a lonely race. I'm sure we'll have a little bit more action in the future. Honestly, I think it's just due to the fact that it's a big track. But yeah, thank you all so much. I hope you all have a lovely evening and morning. We're going to pull up, of course, our Patreon members and our calendar real quick. So our calendar you can take a look at. GT4 is going to be tomorrow. Both rookies and open. GT3 reverse grid on Thursdays. You can take a look at the Porsche Cup race, which we just watched, Watkins Glen, next week on the 10th. All of these races can be found over on SimGrid, link in the chat. And of course, our Max Rain in Britain on the 28th coming up. It says 21st, but trust me, it's 28th. And a big thank you to all our Patreon members, names on screen. You all make what we do here possible. Thank you so much. And as we have it, though, heading back into the booth, I don't know why I did transition there, but hope you all have a lovely evening, afternoon, or morning, wherever you are in this fine world. Thank you, and good night.